traveling testicles.
Hey guys, welcome back to This Week with the Keep. Wow, there's been a lot going on this week. It's good. It's so good to be back here with y'all. Before we go ahead and jump into the game, I am using Sirenscape again for a lot of the music, and then have figured out how to bring in some of the like Kevin MacLeod and Evan King and some other people who've been really gracious about letting me use some of their music tracks. So thank you guys. Do we have any other announcements before we go ahead and jump in?
We do have a cool thing. I don't know that I'd call it an announcement, but we do have a cool thing. So thank you to internet browsing and me just being bored. So we have these cool little notebooks that I'm super excited about because every team needs something. So guys, grab your notebooks.
I don't what.
Fun fact,
one right in front of you.
Wait, in front of me. I can read.
So our where is yours?
Oh no.
But this isn't mine.
And it should be right in here.
There's no words.
Oh well.
There's no pictures.
Anyway, so our dwarven character has his says launch the dwarf.
Fly.
Our paladin character has.
So he gave me this, but I'm going to keep using my lovely traveler's journal because it's cooler.
Traveler's
Traveler's is cool, but he has one to make himself part of the team. That's Jordan's. Yeah.
I'll showcase.
For our bard character, we have
this man right there.
You reach out to push the orc
off the
bridge, but instead lightly caresses back.
He is uncomfortable.
He's so uncomfortable.
That one's yours when you come home, Jordan.
John has one as our ranger rogue that I have no idea. You probably took it upstairs, knowing you. It's very tiny writing, but it says, "If you can see this, I have advantage."
Just so true.
It's so very true. And then
lack of opportunity.
Me, as the only player who has had a character actually die and have to re-roll a new character, I got this one.
Would you mind passing me your fresh character sheets?
Yeah. So, I found these online. They were a lot of fun, and I appreciate that. They're just college rule, just for keeping notes because we didn't want to have things that have copyright and stuff on them.
That's because we suck at taking notes.
We are as a party.
I feel obligated now to actually write.
As a party, we suck at taking notes.
Yeah,
You've gotten better. There's been a little bit of a learning curve.
A little bit, but not much.
Yeah. So anywho, I think that's it on my end.
Button here. What happened? Wait.
YouTube videos, VODs are available on YouTube on Tuesdays at midnight. So at Monday 11:59.59, if you are clicked in at Tuesday midnight, our VODs are available. So no more waiting. That's a lot of fun. Super exciting.
So much going on. It's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
A lot going on right now.
Seriously, y'all. We are pulling stuff together, and it's super exciting.
Hi, Mom.
But feel free to share these videos, send a link, tweet at us would be awesome. We'd love to hear from y'all. On that note, let's go ahead. We'll lower the bridge. We'll raise the gate because it's time to enter the keep.
I'm sorry. I thought it was a different rhyme there.
The world around you is a page in a book, and everyone goes about their day-to-day business writing the stories of their lives. The way those stories intersect and interact fill the page with an epic tale. Now, a book is made of many pages, and each of those pages is a different world. Where the pages lay flat together, a bold character may jump from one page to another and enter a world both similar to and different from their own. The Sanctum, and others of its kind, make that jump safe and stable and leave the door open for that character to return home. The Sanctum is an empathic entity, a sentient being that sustains itself by creating and growing these pathways between worlds. Its extraplanar hub and portals are anchored and guarded by keepers, and fed and sustained through the efforts of runners. It thrives off stories and songs, experiences and impressions unique to the worlds it can access. an isolated sanctum, unable to reach out and deprived of any interaction, withers to a fragment of its potential and ultimately shrivels to death. This is the situation our heroes have found themselves in. The sanctum is under attack, and in an effort to hide, Owen, the sanctum's partner and head keeper, has divided and scattered the journals that hold the sanctum's accumulated knowledge of other worlds, cutting it off from all outside interaction. Our heroes, runners of the sanctum, are tasked with finding and returning the lost journals to the sanctum's hub and restoring it to its full glory. But this task may not be as easy as they hope.
A blacksmith first and a fighter second. Doran Runheim hails from the dwarven citadel of Near de Villiers in the Markheim Mountains. A dwarf of simple pleasures, Doran enjoys smashing things with a hammer, drinking ale, and of course he can be found getting into trouble with his team. The only son of a small family, Doran learned to stand against condescending scions of larger families from an early age, which left him with a long-standing distrust of politics. After a tragic accident in a deep mining shaft, Doran resolved to be skilled enough to protect others, in addition to devoting himself to his family's heritage and craft to try and raise his family's status. In the advancement of that craft, Doran discovered an ability his family had thought lost, the ability to imbue normal items with extraordinary magics. As his family's fortune fell, he set off to spread his family's name and reputation, and to rediscover his heritage.
Raised just outside the elvish city of Torelm, the capital of the Wood Elves in the heart of the Mirthwood, Halberd thrived as the second of 4 children. They spent just as much time having adventures in the forest as they did in the city, and Halberd became very familiar with that terrain, especially when moving stealthily to sneak up on his siblings. As a young adult, Halberd and his brother both put their forestry skills to work in the military. They joined the Adskabak, an elite fighting force that worked to defend Mirthwood's borders from all monstrosities and invaders. Shortly after his acceptance into the Adzabak, the love of his life agreed to become his wife and soon gave him 2 beautiful children. Halberd was blissful, but it would not last. His unit was transferred from their standard position to a distant posting. The group was ambushed, betrayed by their own people, and, except for Halberd, entirely wiped out. The sole survivor, Halberd returned to his home only to find devastation there too. A dragon of some kind had arrived and destroyed the town. Halberd's home was gone and his family was murdered. Seeking both answers and vengeance, Halberd bent his skills to infiltrating the government, sowing discord and confusion as he went. It didn't take much to turn elf against elf. As the city fell from within, the dragon returned to destroy it utterly. In his escape to the mountains, Halberd never saw the dragon's form, and thus turned his hate to all dragonkind. He wandered for nearly 200 years, utterly alone in exile, until he rescued a young displacer beast cub from a dragon's lair. Pitying the young orphan, Halberd adopted it and named it Nightbane, and the two traveled together for a few years before being invited into the Sanctum.
The scion of one of the 12 ruling families of his people, Xantier grew up as the elder of 2 children. A studious child at heart, he spent long days finding joy in the written word. It was during his studies that he discovered a truth his family had long sought to bury, that they were only relatively new to power and had gained it through somewhat underhanded means. Shocked at the obscuring of his family's history, Xantier tried to bring it to light. His parents, and later his entire extended family, shut him down and censored him severely. Faced with this betrayal of his ideals, Xantier decided to leave his homeland. In the midst of packing for his journey, he was interrupted by his younger sister, who begged him to allow her to join him. He turned her away on account of her youth, being only 13 years of age. However, he did agree to visit her each year, and in 5 years, on her 18th birthday, she would join him. The yearly visits passed, and the day came, but upon his return on her 18th birthday, Xantier found that his sister had disappeared with no trace. Deeply saddened, Xantier left his home for good, suspicious that his family knew more of his sister's disappearance than he would admit. Quesator journeys now in search of knowledge. Knowledge is power after all, but only for those willing to use it. He quests to find that which is noble and true, and to share it with each culture he passes through, using song and story to influence the world for greater good.
Death is just a part of life, and few have spent more time in its company than Val. When you meet him, his intelligence and cunning are immediately obvious, as is his lack of strength. Born into the mountain tribe of the Kalashtar, his parents left him as a child in order to save his father from a pact with a chaotic deity. He was given to stay with his mother's tribe while his parents were away. However, his mother's people refused to train him as a druid due to his gender, as only females of the tribe were allowed to learn the druidic arts. As a young man, he chose to leave the tribe and explore the world searching for his parents. Unfortunately, not long after his departure, he was captured and taken as a slave by the Inspired, a nation of Dark Kalashtar bent on spreading their influence across all the planes of existence. After a few years, Val was able to escape through a planar gate into the Feywilds. Whilst there, he encountered the goddess Sanine. She took a liking to him and claimed him as her own. A few short months later, Tyrek, a cleric and keeper of the Sanctum, recruited Val as a runner. Tyrek and his sister Liren trained Val as a cleric, and for 2 years, he served the Sanctum. As a cleric, Val is used to taking care of his team, but his sojourns into the realm of death have made it difficult for him to make friends.
If you are a good and true follower of Bahamut, then the sight of the Arbiter and his shining shield will be one of comfort and relief. However, if your so-called faith is nothing more than a heresy for self-profit and position, then you should tremble in fear before the Arbiter and his judgment, and pray you do not meet his axe. Soyux was not always the Arbiter. In fact, his calling into the service of Bahamut took him from his family as an infant. Raised by elders in the cloisters of the grand city of Dragenthrone, the young brass dragon lived a sheltered life. As an acolyte, Soyux learned his lessons well, but his true passion was for physical training and the combative arts. He began to pursue the path of the paladin, taking oaths and dedicating his life in devotion to a more aggressive service of the Platinum Dragon. His plan for his life, however, was forever changed on his 16th birthday, when the Archpriest declared Soyux to be the Arbiter, Bahamut's chosen judge. There had not been an Arbiter in over a century, so his sudden appointment was not only a shock to Soyux, but to everyone else as well. Soyux's new duty would include examining the Church of Bahamut itself, rooting out heresy where he found it. Needless to say, Soyux was instantly isolated, removed from his friends, who he might one day have to judge, and held to a different standard than he was used to. He was not only taught how to fight efficiently, but was forced to study until he was able to perfectly recall the laws and sacraments of the Church. When his studies were completed, Soyux was sent out on his journey, intending to travel from church to shrine to temple and ensure the Platinum Dragon was being honored appropriately. He didn't make it very far at all before he crossed paths with the Sanctum, once again having his life changed in a way he never expected.
That says penis. Oh no, that says pens.
And welcome back. We'll go ahead and jump right on in. So you guys, at the end of the last session, you had this encounter with Reuben, this gentleman who was carrying these goods in exchange for an artifact Xantier had discovered. He came to the gates of the temple where Ciliax greeted him, prepared to trade all of these goods, this money, these gifts for the artifact. Xantier had actually already given to y'all in exchange for the diamond that later powered the ritual to save his sister.
Sorry.
I suppose you're forgiven this time.
All right.
Goes to goose.
Roll new
character. I say, he's getting a new character.
All right. Would you mind passing me a first character sheet?
All right, bring it back. Ciliax took exception to Reuben's commanding demeanor and said, "No. This far, no further. You are not coming in. This is my place." So we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up and have everyone roll initiative.
I'm not ready! I haven't tested my dice yet. Hold on.
Nice.
Wow, that sucks.
So, okay, here we go.
Roll well.
It's too late for that.
Oh yeah, Tara Lynn, good job. Thank you.
All right.
Sister did me.
Let's go ahead and break these down. All right, Doran, where you at?
Big fat 4.
Dude.
Ciliax.
19.
Nice.
Sorry.
Gazator.
That was a 19.
14.
Halberd.
20.
Nice. What's your dexterity modifier?
4. I've got a 4.
Nice. And Val.
16.
All right. At the top of the order. Let me put this in order.
Oh, also, new battle cams!
Yep.
Super exciting.
Check that out. That looks so cool.
All right. Top of the order, you see the two figures at the back take out their bows, sitting against their saddle, knock arrows, and prepare to fire.
They going first?
Yeah.
That's so rude.
I rolled a 19.
Yes, and Halberd rolled a 20.
They beat my 4? That's
Oh,
crazy.
this is not
Shocking,
okay.
shocking, I know.
Truly.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I'm already close.
You do see that, and forgive me guys, I'm trying a new thing with initiative and combat tracking just to keep everything straight, so a little bit of patience, I'll get it figured out.
All good.
They take out their bows. They are going to sight on Ciliax, who is the one right in front.
Yeah, that's some sense.
Yeah. That's a natural 2.
Yep.
And a 13 to hit, which does not hit. Second one takes his first.
Oh, they get to shoot 2 times each.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Might think they were
They don't like us apparently.
a little bit.
What was the first one?
Another 13, and this one is a 15. So 4 arrows come your way.
Shield.
You raise your shield just in time. Arrows skitter off the surface. No damage is
I will
done.
go full 300 and just break.
Yeah. Halberd, you're up.
They shot at him?
They shot at him.
He shot me.
Shoot! Dang it.
What was their... So they went?
They went. And now Halberd's going.
I'm gonna shoot at Reuben.
All right. Make a shot.
Don't let me down. Oh, sharpshoot it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll take that.
20 to start it off.
Okay.
I'm guessing that hits.
Oh, yeah. Natural 20. Yeah.
10, 18. Times 2 is 36. Plus 10 plus 4 is 50.
Nice.
Good. So who are you shooting at?
Reuben.
Okay.
You see the arrow, you release it, it sinks into a gap between his armor and his shoulder blades. Much blood. Ouch.
I'm going to Hunter's Mark him.
Alright.
Actually, I'm going to Hunter's Mark that guy.
Alright.
And I'm going to shoot at the...
Go ahead.
So we have one of those.
Open.
No.
I know it's stubborn. Hunter's Mark.
I'm going to shoot at him.
Do it.
Sharpshooter or not?
I don't know.
Do it.
That's
Let's
you.
Do it. Let's do it. I'll do it again. Sharpshooter. That one.
Oh.
Ah, karma.
I
Arrow
mean,
goes wide.
I wouldn't have hit anyways.
After Halberd Solyx, you are up.
Cool. All right.
Do it.
Okay. Seeing Reuben right there.
With the arrow now sticking out of his shoulder.
I want to say I feel bad for him, but I don't.
I'm gonna move up to
Not polite
here,
to lie.
and I'm gonna take a swing at that supposed caster individual. The one who seems to be least armored.
Alright.
Is that one of the bow guys?
They're in the back, I thought.
Nope.
No.
Archers are in the back.
Red
Casters,
cloaks. Red cloaks are in
Least
front.
armored people are in the
Oh,
middle.
I misheard that. I would have done that differently.
Okay.
Who's in the front?
Heavily armored individuals in the front, least armored individuals in the back, or in
Armor
the
in the
middle,
front,
archers
like-
in the back.
Okay.
Armor in the front, archers in the back. Cool. Like a military mullet.
Sure, we'll go with that, yes.
Bonus action. I'm going to.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to cast Thunder Smite as a bonus action.
Okay.
And I'm going to attempt to hit. Oh boy. Ooh, that's not great. That is a 16.
16 does hit.
Okay. So that. Then he has to make a Constitution saving throw. No, strength saving throw.
Oh, okay. That's a 21.
Okay, then yeah, he succeeds. So he's not pushed. But he does take.
I think I rolled you earlier.
He takes 5 thunder damage and 12 slashing damage.
All right.
And then attack number 2. That's a 10.
That misses.
Damage.
Okay.
I will say, what's your passive perception? I have that here.
12.
Never mind. 12? Yeah, never mind. You don't notice.
Okay.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, then I'll stay right there.
All right. After Solyx, you notice the figure that you just struck takes a glance over at Reuben and at his fellow there in the middle. And he speaks a soft word and disappears from your view.
No.
Okay.
Crap. His fellow.
I really wish I had rolled that.
That is
He's still in the
okay.
house, right? No,
His
he's
fellow. You see. Is taking out something from his pocket, holding it up, and you see him muttering something, a few words under his breath.
He's making a phone call.
Something. He takes that, puts that away, and then so many new things to keep track of, guys. This is fun. Okay. And that is all he is going to do for this turn, except he is going to move his horse back closer to the archer. There we go. He's also going to dismount.
Okay. So where does that put him then?
Same space, just next to his horse instead of on top of it.
Okay.
It just took half of his movement to be able to do that. That is their turn. Val, you are up.
All right. Am I within 30 feet of the nearest caster? I can't tell from where I'm at. And the screen's not big enough.
Yeah.
It's right at 30 feet.
All right. I'm a.
Unless you're talking about, an ally.
Okay, that's fair, but no, that's not where I was going.
Didn't think so.
No, I'm gonna run up, and I'm gonna face palm him and inflict all the wounds.
All right, make an attack roll.
All right, that is a 18 to hit.
He'll end up right in front there. Right there. That hits.
Awesome.
Damage.
And I did that at first level, so that is 3d10.
Please roll all 10s.
That would be legit.
That would be legit.
That'd also not be my luck.
Sometimes. Depends on your day.
That's fair. But it is not this day. Not bad, though. 18. Can't math. 8, 10, and 4. 18, 19,
22.
22.
That's
22,
not bad.
Yeah, 22 points of the necrotic? Yes. No? Yes.
Necrotic.
Yeah, that's necrotic.
Necrotic, thank you. And then nope, you can't do that. Never mind. Yeah, that's all I got at the moment.
All right. After Val, Kazator, you are up.
Okay. Looking at the map, is the building directly through the gateway, the actual temple?
This here is the start of the temple. It extends back. There's just more that comes off of the map.
Okay.
But yes, that's the
Because
front area of the temple.
You are right there.
I am where?
You're right in front of that big
you're right
platform.
in front of it.
You're right next to the kids.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna give this a shot. I'm gonna move my full movement towards the gate, which is 30.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You're right up next to Nightbane.
Okay. I'm gonna use my action to dash and get right. Who is that? Doran right in the gate?
Doran, yes, Doran's 20 feet ahead of you.
Okay, I'm gonna get right past Doran, or just right beside Doran.
All right.
And I'm going to.
That's movement, action, bonus action.
What the heck? I'm just gonna yell. My name is Casator Veritas, Keeper of the Peace, and I command you to stop. I'm gonna point at, Reuven, and say, I would have words with you. Just see what happens.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Because he hasn't seen me with this group yet, right? Because I was in the temple when all the discussion was
Right.
happening.
Right. This
Okay.
is his first time seeing you,
Okay.
which is why it's persuasion with disadvantage.
Okay. With disadvantage, you said?
Disadvantage.
Oh. Rip.
Roll good.
Not bad. And good. 22.
22. All right, we'll see what comes of it.
Okay.
Interesting.
Right. After Kazator, it is now these heavily armored figures up front, their turn. This guy is going to ride forward, so he is flanking Siliex with Reuven. we'll go ahead. I will reach and get him up
Sorry, I
there.
was writing down.
That is
initiatives.
fine. So with advantage. Thank goodness for advantage. That is going to be a 19.
Nope, misses.
Alright, second strike. Yeah, that's a crit.
Warding flare?
Can you do that as a reaction?
It's a reaction to impose disadvantage.
So that would have been a straight roll.
Mm-hmm. So what was your first one?
My first one was that would have been a 19 to hit.
That would miss.
Because it was 2. Okay. Go ahead and mark use your reaction. Other guy is going to...
I remembered to use it.
I'm so proud of you.
He's going to come up.
Armor
no.
guy?
Yeah, he's going to come up and go for Doran.
I don't like that.
And to hit you.
I need better on that. You did have 18. Yeah, but that's with the shield.
Okay.
I only have one right on you.
It's going to be 24 to hit.
Well, daggum. I got hit, y'all.
Yeah.
I'll hit him back.
That is going to be
Smack it with the hammer.
11 points of slashing damage. Second attack is going to be 13, which misses, right?
That doesn't hit.
He's going. That's sword. He draws another short sword from his side, strikes with his offhand. That is going to be a 18 to hit.
That just hits.
All right, that is going to be another 4 points of slashing damage.
I don't like him. He hit me a bunch.
All right, after their turn, it is Reuben's turn. Reuben. Reuben looks, just sweeps the battlefield, glances at Kazator. The time for words has passed. Bring out the boy, or suffer the same fate as these. He is going to make a strike at Soyex.
Fair enough.
And that's with advantage because his ally is flanking you. It's good because that was a nat 1. That's a 6. That's no. That's not going to hit. Let me see. Second attack is a 20 to hit.
That just hits.
Okay. With his long sword, that is going to be...
Add plate.
No, right? So we know what the next shopping episode is for
You
you.
see a sword glow.
Wait, did you say sword glow?
Yes.
Why is sword glowing?
What are these people hitting us with?
Mostly swords.
Evil.
Like
long swords in general.
Okay.
You saw the one guy who strikes like with the long sword, pull out the short sword and do an offhand strike with that.
Okay.
What? The sword's glowing. Why is the sword glowing?
That is a 9 points of slashing, 2 points necrotic, and 3 plus 8, and 12 points of radiant damage.
So 9 slashing, 2 necrotic, and how much radiant?
What did I just say? 12.
12 radiant.
12 radiant.
So math puts that at 23.
Correct.
Hey guys, when he dies, I want that sword.
Right? Yeah.
I called dibs on the sword.
Did you just yell that out in combat?
Yes, please say it.
I want the sword when he dies.
Dibs.
Dibs. I call dibs on the ow. Dibs. That one's mine.
Alright. Doran. That is the end of his turn. He actually is that.
Yes, that's the end. That's all he needs.
That was his action. He hasn't taken his movement. He's pretty happy where he's at. And
I'm a little in the way. Crap.
yeah, that will be his turn.
This is not going to go well for us, is it?
Back to Doran. What are you gonna do, sir?
Do I have any idea where the invisible dude went?
You can use your action to look around and make a.
I don't want to do that. I'm gonna step back into the gate.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use my thingy do to cast my growiness, so I'm giant now.
Yeah.
And I have a, now I have
your giant smite.
Yes, giant smite. So now I'm the biggest dwarf ever, and
you fill the gate.
And I would like my ready to action to be the second something steps to that door, I'm gonna smash it with a choppy hammer.
Alright, as soon as anything comes through that door, you will smash it.
Unless it's someone I like. Those are
is it anything or is it an enemy?
Anything that's an enemy.
Alright, when an enemy comes through the gate, you will smash it.
Anything he doesn't.
Anything that I don't have fondness to.
Okay.
I will smash it with the choppy hammer. And then I don't think I have anything else I can do right now. Yeah.
Alright, back to the top of the order. The archers in the back have spotted you having taken shots at their commander. Okay. Trying to hypotenuse this. I believe. What have they got? Range. Okay. Yes. Is that right? Yep. Right. They are shooting at halberd.
I mean, that's fair.
First one is a 22 to hit. That is 7 points of piercing damage. He takes his second shot at you. That is a 21 to hit. That is only 4 points of piercing damage. Second guy also sights on you, has disadvantage because you are just outside of his range. Am I saying that right? Where is it? Where did it go? I just saw it. Yes, you're just outside of his range. Yeah. That is only 13 to hit. That misses. Second shot. That is an 11 to hit because you're lucky because that first one was going to be a crit. So, second guy, you're just outside of his range. The shots go a little wide, one on either side. Your turn now. What would you like to do?
Vengeance!
Can Nightbane move through this space? In that space?
It will be difficult terrain, but your allies may permit him to move.
Can he jump the wall?
The wall's only 10 feet high.
I mean, legitimately.
That would be pretty
He's
dope.
a 10-foot creature in about.
It'll look great for the animated series. When he just like, and he jumps over.
He's a massive six-legged panther.
Yeah.
If I move right up
Hentai tentacles
here,
on him.
that's 40,
It's not all there.
which is his max speed with going through rough terrain.
I mean, I wouldn't stop him from getting by.
No, but him moving through your
Yeah.
space, y'all, especially, you're like
I'm
basically.
sorry,
we're the
sorry,
same
sorry,
size
sorry.
now.
Oops, sorry.
Touch my butt!
He's going to go ahead and
Normally he's like head height with Doran. Now it's like, oh, yay.
take.
Essentially, yeah.
I can actually pet you like you're a real dog. Or
Yeah, he'll hit Reuben.
All right.
Multi attack.
Roll a hit.
Get in there. The bite. Do it. Let's see. Hold on. It's going to be a 16 to hit.
Miss.
Cool.
Okay,
Second.
that's good to know.
That's going to miss as well.
16 misses?
On
Is
Reuben?
this
Yes.
any type of cover?
Nope.
Okay, so if I crouch, it doesn't do anything.
Nope.
Cool.
If you wanted to go prone, you could.
Cool.
And that would give ranged shots on you disadvantage.
But it wouldn't affect because I'm a sharpshooter.
I don't think sharpshooter has anything about prone in it.
No, you wouldn't have disadvantage. I don't think because
I will look at that real
he
quick.
doesn't.
Moving on though, anything else you want to do on your turn?
Yes, it just depends on that.
He doesn't for sharpshooter. You ignore cover and you don't have disadvantage for distance.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm wondering.
So. No, you could lay down. Yeah.
Prone condition, which I should know off the top of my head, but I don't. Let me see.
No worries.
I
I tell you what,
This is why we have
I'll do this
books.
instead, okay? I'm going to drop Hunter's Mark, do Zephyr Strike on the guy who hit me.
Weak. Thanks for that.
That was a bit weak, yes.
It was.
You drop Hunter's Mark?
Zephyr Strike, and I'm going to use Sharpshooter
appreciate that.
Okay.
on him.
That
So
it
-5 to
wasn't
hit?
the
Yep.
most.
It's going to be a 16 to
190.
hit.
The Fusro dodge.
16 on the archer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just hits.
We're the armored side of punchy, smashy.
And then we have this guy.
We have the TV.
And actually, we will say this. From your perspective, you see the arrow stop. It impacts something. There's blood, but it looks like the arrow's floating slightly above his shoulder. He plunges away from it. He acts like he's wounded, but the arrow is sticking into empty air.
On which guy?
The guy he just shot.
Which was whom?
Yes.
Guy in the back.
Yes. I just put a tracker on somebody for you.
Oh, did you shoot the invisible man?
Fabulous.
No. He shot the guy. The back left there on the horse. The arrow stopped. He's acting as though it hurts. It's just sitting right about here instead of here.
It's like when you play a video game and it goofs.
Kinda, yeah. Very much like
Is he
that.
still Hunter's Mark?
No.
No, he dropped Hunter's Mark to do
I had
Zephyr
to.
Strike.
And he's like wicked in the back
Prone
there.
stuff.
Prone creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls.
That's why I'm not prone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
28.
28 damage.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to use my extra attack on the same guy, I guess, and just see.
Alright.
22 to hit.
Hits.
Is that on the archer or caster?
Archer.
12.
12.
So
Yeah, you sink the arrow in, you sight a little more truly, and this definitely hits into the shoulder. You see blood flowing and covering down the front of his armor.
Now I'm going to go
He's
prone.
starting to look pretty rough.
Now I'm going to lay down.
Alright, now you lay down. You are prone. At this point,
That's not good. That can't be good. I don't trust that smile. Never trust the smiling DM.
ooh, how do I want to handle this? Okay, so at this point, you see this guy reappear. Back next to the mounted guy, and he is has an arm wrapped around Xantier.
Here?
That's
Nope.
not okay!
Other guy, farthest back.
Oh.
The other archer that's still mounted. You
That's
see him pass
garbage
Xantier up to
nonsense.
guy on the horse. You see Xantier cooperating.
garbage nonsense.
That is his turn. This other guy, where is he? There. Yeah, he is going to...
Like this.
No, you're not. 'Cause
Why do
where
you-
did his page go? Yeah, he is going to... I need Val, Nightbane, Kazator, and Doran to all make dexterity saving throws, please.
Rock on.
Because you see him inhale, he prepares to take a deep breath, and then you see a spray of acid shoot out.
Figured. Kazator and Nightbane should have a +4.
Because they're within 10 feet of you.
Plus 10, you said?
+4 for dexterity.
+4. Okay.
Saving?
Dexterity saving throw, yes.
24.
Success?
I wasted my nat
22.
Success.
No, I'm sorry. That's wrong. It's only 16. 16.
That's okay, that's still a success.
Okay, cool.
Nightbane?
25.
Success. And Doran? 10. That is a failure.
Yay.
I pulled out the purple d6s.
Yeah.
It's time.
You take 9 points of damage. Acid damage.
Yeah.
Everybody else takes 4 points acid damage.
Yeah, you should take Nightbane should take 0 because of evasion, right?
Alright, so Nightbane's still full.
Because, he has evasion.
Because he's a Nightbane.
Slide
Yes.
to the left. Slide to the right.
So,
Val,
you skipped me.
did I?
Uh-huh.
I am so sorry. So yes, before all of that happened, what were you doing?
Okay, so that important question. That happened before the caster showed up. Or I go before the
Yes,
caster
you go
showed
before
up.
the caster
Okay.
showed up.
Very important distinction because I was
Yes.
about to change what I did. Okay, well, not changing what I do then. I should, in a line, I should be able to hit Reuven, horse, caster, horse, and possibly other mounted horse in a 30-foot line.
Reuven, horse.
I should be able to
let
hit.
that happen.
Can I hit this horse and this caster?
Yes.
Cool. All of them need to make dexterity saving throws because I'm breathing on all of them.
All right.
Yeah.
This is the first time you've used breath in combat, isn't it?
To this level, yes.
Last time he just tried to
got a
kill us all in
natural
a
20.
swamp by deteriorating our path.
So Reuben succeeds.
Wow, that's a trash roll.
Caster.
Dude.
Terrible
17. The archer in the back gets a 4, so that's a fail.
Okay.
And the horse, that's a natural 18.
Okay. What about the other 2 horses that the casters or that the people are riding on?
12, we'll call that a failure. I don't think horses are that dexterous. And natural 16.
Okay. So the failures take 4 success, or no, it goes 8 points of total damage, and they should take half of that. So
Okay, so Reuben
Yeah.
succeeded.
I rolled a 1 on one of those dice.
Oh,
that hurts.
That does hurt. This guy takes. Real quick, let me pull up the hit points for a horse.
For a regular horse, not a war horse, it's not many. I'll tell you that. I know.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you would.
Gygax is a war horse, and he's still not very strong.
Oh, that's funny.
13. So they're all good, but they are scorched.
If I had rolled better, I could have killed them.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
Right. Now it is Val's turn.
Okay. Now.
All right. Seeing whoever has the kid,
Yes.
are they within 60 feet of me?
Yes.
And the kid's on the horse, right?
The kid is on the horse.
All right. Sucks to be whoever is holding that kid. Oh, 120 feet. Sorry.
You're good.
I was looking at the wrong spell.
No, it changes it. You're not able to hit him now.
We are casting all the guiding bolt right to the face.
On the guy?
On the guy holding the kid. That is 16 plus 8.
24
24.
hits.
That is all the d6s.
Lots of d6s.
Not bad. Not great.
Next attack has advantage, you guys can have.
Against him.
Yeah, against whoever I hit. Do we have a way of marking that? So I remember, because I'll forget.
Can I just throw a hunter's mark on him?
I think we might
I
have.
don't think there's a counter marker.
18.
Here, magic effect.
It is a magic effect.
That is 24 points of. Is that force damage? Radiant damage. Thank you. Sorry, my brain is freaking out at the moment.
That is bad.
Next attack does have advantage. I can't see. That's bugging me. Where's Kid?
On the horse.
Back there.
He's on the horse with the guy who just hit.
Okay. There's no way for me to get over there. Shoot.
Yeah, nope.
Once again, huge battle map. We use like 1% of it.
I know.
I mean, y'all started with people all the way back here, so.
Yeah, and then an invisible guy took that person.
Not invisible.
If he was invisible, I could have swung at him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He teleported.
There was
Yeah,
a shimmer in the air that he stepped through.
Unfortunately, that's
Because I just heard invisible.
that's all I got.
Well, he disappeared from view.
Mm-hmm.
He did not go invisible.
Dang it.
All right. Kazutor, you're up.
Yes.
Okay. Where on the map is the guy that has Xantier?
That guy, right there.
Wes is pointing to him on screen.
The very back corner. That horse.
Okay.
He's on that horse.
Gotcha. Okay.
Check your little swordfish setup.
Yeah. Okay. Action, Celestial Legacy. So wings pop out. Bonus action, Light the Flame Tongue. Movement, go up 10 feet and then towards him 20.
All right.
Cool.
That's 15. Here.
All kinds of
10
fun
feet.
toys. He's flying, y'all. I'm here popping, y'all.
All right, that's your turn.
Jeez. This is bad.
Yeah, this is whole new levels of bad.
And I'm going to yell as I fly. Seeing the arrow floating and knowing the disguise self spell and just assuming, I'm going to say, they all look human, right?
They look human.
I'm going to just yell to the party. I don't think they're human. They're not what they appear.
Okay. Kazutor, go ahead and make an intelligence.
You shouldn't be able to be surprised by things.
Let me look
Look at
and
my
see. This one was surprises. We will
Yeah.
talk about surprise later.
Okay. This is pretty surprising.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Oh, that's poop. About a 6.
A 6. Something's not as it appears, but I mean, they're human, obviously.
10 points of helpful. Thanks.
The fighters up here are next. Let's see. They are going to
Do something. Something fun.
the guy over here,
Mm-hmm.
having seen that wrong guy. This guy, yes. Did you happen to grab the 15-foot cone?
The cones are still in the room.
Okay. We'll use this right
It's finished, but it's still in the room.
This is right here. That
is
would
much more
grab-
terrifying than it.
This Reuben's right in the way.
We can't let
Actually,
him get hurt. He's so
can. No, okay. Yeah, okay. They're going to slash stabby stab on Soyix.
Fair enough.
The guy on the right there is. Still flanking with Reuben. First one is a 4 and a 5. You're ridiculous. Second strike. 18 doesn't hit, does it?
Nope.
Offhand attack. Is not on that guy. This guy. 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That is only a 3 points of slashing damage. Other guy is going to. Got a bunch of cool things they can do, and they're not in the right place to do it. Other guy's gonna, on the left there, is gonna attack Val.
Me?
You are being flanked with that friend of his there in the middle.
That's rude.
So, attacks on you have advantage. That's better.
No, it's not.
You have plenty of health.
Yes, shut up.
You have more than
That
me.
is a 23 to hit for the first strike.
Yeah, that hits. Rude.
That's 11 points of slashing damage. Second strike. Advantage. That's better. That's another 24 to hit.
Ouch.
That is...
You said 11 on that first one, right?
Yes, and this is another 11 points of slashing damage.
Oh, suck.
Offhand attack is a natural 20. That is okay. That is just 12 points of piercing damage.
Oh. That's ow. Not as cool with that.
All right. That is their turn. Reuben is up next. Reuben, you see the white leather cloak that he had been wearing over his shoulders actually begins to spread. It is not a cloak, it is a set of wings. He takes to the air.
Heifer.
Enough to go about 5 feet up, so he can grab your foot, Kazator, and try to yank you down.
This is Reuben.
This is Reuben. I need you to make an athletics or acrobatics check. Actually, this would be more experienced DM. Would this be a strength saving throw, or would this be...
It'd be a strength challenge.
Okay. So athletics or
Like a grapple?
acrobatics.
Yeah, it's similar to a grapple.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay. 16.
That is a 23.
Oh!
So he grabs your foot. He yanks you down to the ground. You are no longer up in the air. You don't get knocked down prone, but you are pulled down towards him. So you're
Okay.
back down on the ground.
Did he ever leave my... He stayed with him essentially fighting distance away the whole time, right?
Yeah. Axfin. bonus
He's
action.
a little far from me.
I'm in a terrible spot now.
Yeah.
This sucks.
Just get in and start.
I think
hitting.
I'm gonna remedy it.
It's not a whole lot of places for a 10 by 10 creature to get into right now.
No, there's
Yeah,
really
and
not.
there's like 7 of them.
Right.
You
Start
know what?
killing
We'll
him.
leave that
Straight up.
there.
Well, I have a thought, but we'll see what happens.
Alright. That's his turn. Doran, you're up.
Okay.
Doran's just gonna crowd
What was
surf.
this guy?
He seems to be a fighter of some kind.
Mhm.
He's heavily armored. He is dual wielding.
Super tank.
Yeah, he's the guy that hit me.
Yeah.
I would like to move up to him and then grab him by the throat as I'm like 9 feet tall.
He is mounted on a horse. You walk up to him, you are looking him eye to eye, you reach out and try to grab at him.
And I'm going to remove him from the horse and put him on the ground.
Make an athletics check. And he's going to resist.
Yeah, because like I have advantage on strengthy stuffs. Strength checks and strength throws. Where's that?
Guys, this is not at all going as we planned.
Cool.
That's an 18 for him.
That's a 19 for me.
Alright.
Woo!
You do manage to pull him down off of his horse.
Sit on him. Oh no, I was going to plant him.
Do you want him
by
prone?
the throat?
So prone?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and put him prone. It's hard to gracefully fall off a horse when you have someone who is there trying to yank
Is
you
the
down.
horse scared and run away?
Hmm?
Does the horse get scared and run away?
Oh no, these horses are trained for situations like this.
Just want to open up this field a little bit. Jeez.
From a
Are these
bonus.
big horses or little horses?
These
Or
are fairly large horses.
Okay.
They're muscular and hefty.
Uh-huh. Are they like slide under the legsable?
You can certainly try.
How many gnomes do we have?
Right.
From a bonus, I'd like to activate my hill rune, so I'm resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Alright.
Nice.
And I would also like to look over at the boy and yell at him, "Get back here," which probably won't do anything. Is that meant for me?
Alright. That is for you, because you are
I'm
have your rune activated.
resistant
Speaking
more.
of, he probably should have his own spot in the order. That's funny.
Who's next?
You do actually see him look over at you.
Mm-hmm.
You see his eyes get really big. Somehow he's hurt you. He just shakes his head. What's your passive perception?
10.
10. It's fairly obvious enough from where he's at on the horse. You see him look at you, and then his eyes turn, and he just looks at Finira. That is all he's going to do on his turn. Yes. Back to the top of the order. The archers are up. The archer that has Xantier on the horse is going to turn and start riding away fast as he can.
Sure.
So
Your time to shine, homie.
he's just looking at that way.
Yep. Movement speed of the horse. I have written down, but don't find my paper.
Should be 50.
I believe that's
If
correct.
I'm remembering Gygax correctly. I haven't ridden Gygax in a long time, so I think it's 50. Gygax is my magical warhorse.
60.
Okay.
So
Fine.
action, movement, he's now 120 feet away. He goes about 100 feet up on the street, starts turning, make a turn around the corner, heading out of town.
Mm-hmm.
Other archer is going to not seeing a clear view of Halberd. He is going. There's not a lot that doesn't have at least half cover from him. Half cover? Yeah, he's Half cover, he's going to take a shot at Kazator.
Oy.
That is a 17 to hit.
17 is my AC.
All right.
Half cover should give him +2 though, right?
Yes. So.
What should give me +2?
You have half cover.
Oh.
So
So
right
19.
now, from him, your AC is 19. So his first shot goes wide. He takes his second shot.
Can I use reaction?
That is you can.
Make sure I'm not full of garbage here, but...
Yeah, it missed, so...
Okay, it missed him?
Yes.
Okay, never mind. Then I don't have to use it.
This second shot is a crit.
But I can do that.
You need to impose disadvantage.
So that is...
Yeah, what's the total?
Yeah, but I have to use
total, that's going to be 27.
I can't use it yet.
But it's a crit.
Okay.
So it hits. That's okay, it's only 9 points of damage.
So if it's a crit, if I cutting words and bring it down below my AC though, does it hit?
It's still a critical hit. Critical is gonna hit. Just like for y'all, when you roll a natural 20, it hits.
Oh, it's just automatic. Okay.
Hit. For ability checks and saving throws, natural 20 isn't an automatic success, but for attacks it is.
Okay.
Right? I'm not okay. Same thing, critical ones are an automatic failure for an attack, but not necessarily for a
ability check.
Right, ability check or saving throw.
Cool. Good to know.
That is the archer's turn. Halberd, you're up. Solyax, you're on deck.
I'm going to stand up Zephyr Strike for bonus action, but I'm not going to use the advantage just yet. But I am going to shoot the horse that's running away.
It has already turned a corner. About 100 yards down, and then it turned a corner, and it's...
100 yards?
Excuse me, 100 feet. 100 feet down, and it turned a corner, and it's 20 other feet that way, moving at approximately the speed. You can hear it, but it is out of view.
Start taking out people.
I mean, we're not letting Ruvian leave. Or Reuven. We're not going to let Reuven.
Then I will do Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
And I'm going to shoot the stupid archer.
Okay.
Do that guy with sharpshooter. 19 to hit.
19 on the archer. Does hit. Yes.
$20, 27.
You see your arrow sink into him. It is a deep shot. He slumps unconscious, falls off of his horse.
Nice.
Kick him while he's down.
He's unconscious, not dead.
Unconscious, not dead.
Okay.
Which caster has been hurt already? The one you've been fighting, Jay?
I believe they both have.
I was going to say they should have both been.
I hit that guy before he left me.
Yeah, because I've been focusing on the caster. I haven't been focusing on...
How hard did you hit him?
Yeah, they've both been hit.
Pretty damaged.
I didn't hit mine pretty hard, so...
They're both damaged. They're not at the spot where they're looking rough yet.
I'll shoot the one right here. Yeah, right there.
Okay, make your shot.
You want to shoot Browse?
Yes, please do.
That'll be
nice.
a 21 to hit.
Does hit. Roll damage.
12.
12 points of damage.
Nice.
Arrow sinks into his side. He is wounded, but not in dire straits yet.
He's prone on the ground.
The fighter?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Nightbane's gonna just beat the crap out of him with his tentacles.
Go for it. That is advantage on melee attacks against a prone creature.
If you don't kill him,
Multi-attack. 21 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
Good boy.
6. That's 10 on the first one.
All right, second one
It's going to be 20 to hit.
hits.
Keep it rolling.
It's going to be 11. 11.
Freedom! Freedom! Bring my kid back here!
Yeah, all right.
All right, Silyax.
Okay. I'm gonna get on this horse in front of me.
All right.
That's amazing.
So I will get on the horse and I'll say, "Protect the girl," and I'm going after the kid.
Make an animal handling check.
Absolutely.
Natural 20, natural 20.
Do it.
Nope. 11.
11. You get on the horse in heavy armor.
Sure.
So it would have taken half your movement to get on. You feel the horse shift. Uncomfortable. You're not the rider is familiar with. It's tossing its head a little bit. You whip its head around. You dig your feet into its sides, and it goes about 20 feet.
Okay. But it's still like continuing to go, right?
Reluctantly.
Okay, that's fine.
It's not actively throwing you off. You're right at the edge of the map there. It's not actively throwing you off. It's not super happy with you either.
Was it my action to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Attempting to take control of a mount that's not your own.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's it. I'm going after the kid.
All right. This guy here.
The white horse guy?
No, the caster with the red cape
In the back corner?
is going to come. He's going to stand right next to Reuben. Yeah, in the back corner there. Leaving your zone. So
Okay,
yes, you can make an opportunity attack if you would like.
I'll do that. As I ride by him. Hacking as I go. 16.
Does hit. Roll damage.
I'll put a divine smite into that because I can.
Nice.
Let's kill him.
Because I can, and I'm about to take myself out of combat.
Caster.
Okay.
That's a terrible roll. That's 6 slashing and 6 radiant.
12 total.
That is a terrible roll. I rolled a 1 on my slashing die.
All right. Now that he is up next to Reuben, he's going to reach out, put his hand on Reuben, speak a few words, and the two of them take a step into a shimmer in the air that appears and disappear from view.
Would that get a reaction attack of opportunity for me?
Nope.
Dang it.
The other caster, looking around, seeing his odds are not good to collect any of his other people, is going to do the same. Speak a few words, a shimmer in the air appears directly behind him. He takes his horse, back, gone.
So he...
the backing away.
That does.
Okay. Warcaster is going. I get to cast
So
a
he
spell.
takes his horse.
Let me
through?
double check and make sure that I'm telling you that correctly.
Okay, yeah, that would be good.
Excuse me. No, he cannot take his horse through.
Yeah, so I'm thinking he can't. It's a size too big for him to take his horse.
It is a size too big for him to take his horse through.
But he goes through.
He goes through.
Okay.
Does he?
So no, he does not leave your area.
Hey, we got a free horse.
He just disappears.
Quite a few horses.
I mean, if you can train him. So he is gone. Val, you are up.
bonus action. We've all taken damage, right? Okay.
I believe so. Halberd hasn't, but
Nightbane hasn't.
I'm not
Nightbane
worried about
also hasn't.
Nightbane in his 100 billion hit points.
I think it's 200 billion.
it might be 200 billion.
He has a lot.
Smart.
All right. I'm
Compared to the
going
rest of the stuff.
to bonus action. Bonus action. Mass healing word on everybody within 60 feet. That's my friend.
Okay.
So that would be Howard within 60 feet?
Doubtful.
I mean,
From where you're at?
15,
10,
20,
15, 20,
25.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 50. I think he's just outside of range.
Daggum it. Okay.
Did you get hit?
Yeah, me. I guess it's just me, Dorn, and Casey at this point.
Hey, me.
Are
So
you?
he's still within range.
I didn't see him. That's
So the 4 of y'all.
okay.
Go ahead and roll.
I'm back off all here.
Do.
Not bad.
Oh, nice.
I'm still in the fight.
6. 11 points of healing to all of us. So enjoy your 11 points. I'm not dying at the moment now. And then as an action, I'm gonna turn around and toll the dead on that sucker that's still standing over there. Has this one been hurt?
The guy on the white horse, I don't think has been
I
messed
don't
with
think
at
so.
all.
Nope.
Okay.
Not touched him.
Just
The
to make
guy
sure.
on the ground. The guy prone next to him.
Yeah, it's the same either way. Okay, yeah. Toll the dead. Wisdom saving throw. On tanky dude. Because that's all that's left is the tanky dudes, right?
Mm-hmm. And
Archer.
the one dying archer.
Yeah, but we may need him.
Wisdom. That is a 14.
That
It's a
fails.
failure, if I recall. Yes.
All right, that is. Do. Oh, nice. 12 points of damage of the necrotic type, and he is no longer uninjured.
12 points, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So 6s, I'll take it. And that's a boot all I got.
Okay. After Val, it is Kazator. You're up.
Okay, remind me real quick how we're running spells. If I cast a spell, what's the highest I can cast bonus action?
Cantrip.
Just a cantrip, okay.
One spell, one cantrip.
Yeah, one spell, one cantrip. Usually, cantrips are going to be the action, and spells are going to be the bonus action.
Okay.
If you use a spell as an action, there are not many bonus action cantrips.
Right. Okay.
There's Shillelagh, and I think there's 1 or 2 others.
Yeah. Great domain makes it a bonus action.
Is Val within... How many people are left enemies? I see a bunch of horses.
2 enemies
2 and dying.
and 1 that's unconscious and bleeding out.
Okay. Is Val within 5 feet of me?
Negatory.
Okay. I will move to where Val is within 5 feet of me.
Okay.
Is
One more.
Sulyex within 30 feet of me at that point?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to send inspiration to Sulyex. And I'll just sing, "You're gonna ride that horse and
oh my god.
Ride till you can no more." Okay,
Oh,
and then
God.
I am going to,
God.
I'm just going to yell, "Doran, Halberd, you got this." And I will dimension door myself and Val. I'm just going to visualize the horse, or visualize Xantier, and just dimension door right above him. My wings are out.
Let me see.
Good luck, Val.
What's your... Hey, Wait, is it a D6 or D8 inspiration?
D8.
Yeah!
500 feet on dimension door.
Okay.
I hate you so much right now. Like, good luck. No, I trust you, Boo.
It can be a place you can see. You can't see them.
Right.
One you can visualize, so not a person, but a place you can visualize. Or one you can describe by stating distance and direction, such as 200 feet straight down, or upward to the northwest at a 45-degree angle, 300 feet. So rather than going to a person, describe to me the place where they're going.
Okay. I know that they turned the corner around that house, right?
Mm-hmm.
From being in this area, I assume I know roughly where that leads.
You've done enough wandering while you were looking for shops. Yes.
Yeah.
You're familiar enough.
Okay. Then what I will do is I'm going to say they probably haven't gone more than, I'm going to go around that corner and down that street 150 feet.
Okay.
With Val and just on the ground.
Okay. So around that corner, 150 feet down the road.
Yep.
Okay. Y'all have disappeared from view at this moment. We'll go ahead and we'll resolve that when we get to your turn.
Please, everyone, keep going away.
I was gonna say, actually, I go before he does. So can we resolve it on my turn?
Possibly, yes.
I really don't want to.
I was gonna take Doran, but he's too big.
That's fair.
I mean,
I was just gonna drop him right on the horse.
Crap out of him.
Oh, the guy on the ground? No,
Any of them.
He will become paste.
Protect the girl.
That's
where
that's
I'm
why
going.
I'm still in the door.
Didn't help much.
No, and I'm
It's real annoying.
kind of annoyed by that. Very annoyed. Because I didn't have the inkling that the guy poofed away. I thought he just turned invisible. I misunderstood.
I was worried about it, but I was just like,
I didn't know.
I thought he was
wouldn't
turned
have
invisible
known
too.
anyway. I don't know how magic do.
You do now.
Well,
You quite.
I got a -1 intelligence though.
All right.
Some things stick with you.
still learning how to play a character that's smarter than I am.
Okay. The guy that is on the ground is going to use half of his movement to get up. He's going to glare at Doran.
Walk away from me. Move away from me. I dare you. I double dare you.
And I need you
Sure,
to
say
make
what again?
a dexterity saving throw.
I need to do what now?
Dexterity saving throw.
I'm not paying attention. I'm just talking shit. Oh, okay. Oh, God. No. Why? I know I didn't. I didn't. It was 5.
13 points of lightning damage as he exhales a
Yeah,
line.
they all dragonborns.
The line.
I knew
of
it.
lightning.
That's why I specifically asked for humans, because I knew it. I was like, these guys ain't humans.
They look human.
I know, but
They
they're
look
not. I
what-
knew it.
They
No,
look
the
like
first
whatever they
breath
want.
weapon,
that
I
don't
was
mean
like,
it's true.
yeah.
I had the inkling at the beginning.
You know what? We'll go ahead, Doran, make
Dragonborn recognizes
an
it.
investigation check. On all of y'all's turns, y'all can go ahead and do this to see if you can.
I'm not there anymore.
I know you can't.
Oh, yeah, I could have used that a second ago. Investigation. 14 total.
Just enough. You do see.
I learned a thing.
You do learn a thing. It seems like you blink,
Yeah.
and his form in front of you alters.
There was
And
static in the air and it
you
like
see
borfed it up.
That
his
was
form
a heavy thunk when you dropped that thing.
is a little bit
I'm about,
shifts
to,
and seems to change in front of your
I'm
eyes.
about to drop that thing again.
Do it.
Walk away from me. Instead,
No,
just take a step.
I would recognize these breath weapons.
Oh yeah.
I know what I'm facing.
Oh yeah.
It's the reason why I was fine jumping on the horse, because
If it can carry them, it can carry you.
That is that guy. This other guy here. Is not currently engaged with anybody. Yeah. Yeah, seeing the mount start to obey your commands, he is going to move his horse, direct his horse after you. He is going to attack at that horse, at your mount.
Does Nightbane get an attack of opportunity?
He was inside the tentacles. You may make an attack of opportunity for Nightbane, yes.
On the horse.
All right.
Trip him up.
Tentacles.
So he's right over there.
Mm-hmm. So you start off right here.
Natural 20.
All right.
Nice.
Kill the horse. Come on, tentacle. You're rolling tentacle dice, right? Okay. Come on.
Lauren?
Yes.
Just a question of logistics. When we're making opportunity attacks, can we ever say that attack is a grapple, or does it have to be a strike?
Everything on.
It's
not better.
I think it's a strike because it's as they're leaving your range with whatever you have.
Right.
A grapple. I will look at that and I will get back to you. But I'm going to say right now it's going to be a strike.
12 points.
12 points. The horse is wounded, but still stays up.
I tried.
Nice try. Making attacks on your mount.
Next time, sweep the knee.
Let me pull up the stats for a horse and just leave this open. That would be the smart thing to do.
This is an unscathed horse. I know that. I intentionally have not been hurting it.
A riding horse?
Not yet.
On the class.
AC is 10. That is a hit.
Can I?
That is
Weren't
going
they-
to be...
well, never mind.
Oh, question. So warding flare works for attacks against me. I'm
Yes.
on the horse. Could I warding flare the horse?
Horse is not you. He's deliberately not targeting you.
I know. Okay.
That is going to be... there it is. 11 points of damage on the horse. Second strike is a 14. That is going to be a 10 points of damage on that horse. With that, he swipes his sword along the side of the horse. You see the horse start to falter. He takes his sword into the neck, pulls it out. The horse stumbles down to its knees. So you have to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
A very man
24.
river of you.
24?
Yeah.
You do manage to roll out of the way. You are not pinned under the horse's body.
Sorry, that would be returned.
That would be Return to Snowy River. We don't talk about that movie.
So horse is down. Am I prone or standing?
With your dexterity save, we'll say you're standing. You managed to roll out of the way and up.
Guys, we're not okay.
That is both of their turns. Reuven is gone. Doran, you're up.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to get too far away from the door so I can block people from. I'm gonna hit the guy who I don't like.
The lightning zapped you?
Yes.
All right.
I don't get advantage on any of this, do I?
Nope.
No, not for my attacks or anything. Just because.
Just straight roll.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't work that way. Boosh. That does not work.
Okay. Second attack.
That one's doing so much better. 16 plus 8. Can't think of math.
24.
24.
That hits.
Yay! So, slashing is what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my savage attacker so I can reroll that.
Okay.
That was moderately better. I add strength, right?
Yes.
Attacks. Okay. 15 slashing, 1 lightning,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna use.
It seems like the lightning doesn't seem to do as much damage as you had thought it would.
I kind of figured going into it, but I don't particularly care, because I'm gonna use my
Action surge.
that one. Thank
Do
you.
it again.
I'm gonna hit it again. 12 plus 8, 20.
Hits.
Bless you.
Bless you again.
So 20.
Bless your face. Bless your clothes.
14 slashing and 2 lightning. I guess that doesn't probably matter. I get another attack, right? Because I did.
Yes,
Yeah.
because you take your attack action again, you get 2 attacks, so one more. And ouch, this guy's looking rough.
Good. 10 plus 8, 18.
Hits.
Wait.
Just hits. But hits.
On the previous attack, I don't think I added. Did I add 5 to that? Whatever. I already rolled it, so it is what I got. 14 slashing to lightning. This is stressful, y'all. I may have made mistakes. I'm sorry.
He's not. He's still up.
Mm-hmm.
He's starting to look rough.
Good. And I don't have anything bonusy I can do, I don't think. So, I forgot a thing I could have did. Now it's too late. Okay.
Remember that for
I
next
wanted
time.
to use my fire room chat moment. I forgot because I'm silly.
It's okay. Remember for next time.
Well, he may not survive next time.
Top of the order. He makes it a save.
Fail.
Which he does fail.
Good.
So that is 1.
Can you tell I don't like these people?
Maybe a little.
Him.
No one smacks a dwarf.
That's a fail. Alright.
Cometh at me.
The other guy, you hear hooves pounding in the distance.
Do they suddenly stop?
As a matter of fact, they do not. We'll deal with that in a bit.
I'm okay.
Halberd.
Nightbane's going to walk around here.
Can Nightbane fit between those horses?
How?
Can he push through the space? And is this horse alive or dead? Because I thought we killed one of these. No?
The only horse that's
The only horse that's been killed is the
My
one
bad,
that
then.
they killed back
Yeah,
there.
we
That
haven't
one's
killed
been
horses.
wounded. So, I mean, you
Whoops.
could kill it with one of your
No.
attacks and then make your other attack.
He'll go ahead and strike at the dude.
Okay.
Where are you actually? Where are you at?
Me? I'm right there.
He's
I'm
right
in
at
front.
the edge.
All right. Yeah, I'll just pound this guy.
Okay.
Nope. That one doesn't hit. How about a 25?
Does hit, yes.
8 plus 4, that's 12.
Still up.
Cool.
Barely.
So I've got a
He's
rope.
Dire straits.
Halberd has a rope
Mm-hmm.
off the building.
Mm-hmm.
I want to slide down.
Alright.
How tall is the building?
It's about a 10-foot drop from here
Level to
down
level.
to the next down.
So 20.
Down to the next level. About 20-ish feet, top to bottom.
So slide down.
Well, we want like fast rope down the entire side?
Yeah.
Alright, make an acrobatics check for me.
Come on, Batman.
Yep.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'll take that. Modified 20.
Yep, you're good.
And
Slide down. You don't even have any rope burn.
I want to run towards the inside of the temple, where I just forgot her name. Vanilla was.
Alright.
And
You
what
head
do
on
I
in.
see?
You see her crouched in a corner. There's an arrow in the wall next to her. There is a slight graze on one cheek.
Not okay.
But she's all right.
She's fine. Slouched against a corner, blind, shivering, crying, but quiet.
When we can, we're so gonna kill everything.
Who's got wings? I'm not okay.
Yeah.
I really want to dash.
Hmm?
I'm gonna dash.
Okay.
And I've got damn it, Doran.
Sorry. Yeah, kind of sucks.
Difficult terrain moving through his space, but you could.
Could he like monkey jump and like jump over me?
He could try.
Like climb up over my shoulders?
Yeah. It might be easier to go over the wall at this point,
Fair.
but He could certainly try.
I can't scale that wall though, because I use 20 to go down, and I use 35 to run there, which means I've got 15 left.
What's your movement speed?
What?
What's your movement speed? 35, is that right?
35, and I dash 70.
Mm-hmm.
And you said
Yeah,
20 to
15
go
left.
down.
Yep, 15 left. So there's not a lot you can do right now.
Come up here, I'll shoot this dude in the head.
All right, roll ahead.
19.
Does hit.
Five.
Every little bit helps.
This one's yours, actually.
Yay.
You pin him. You knock him to the ground. He's bleeding out. We'll give him the same chances we've been giving the other guys. But yeah, he's not looking good. He's unconscious on the ground.
How far away is this guy from me? No, I couldn't even shoot him. That's my bad, because I dashed.
You're right. You
No,
don't have
no,
an
I
attack
could.
action.
I can as a bonus action, so I can't do
Yeah,
my other
he's
thing.
a rogue.
I am.
rogue.
I am.
You can bonus action.
So I
dash,
can't do the
so
other
you
thing.
can-
So disregard my other question.
You could shoot the other guy.
I couldn't. Can I? I don't know if I can see him from here though,
Oh yeah, you might have to.
because like I've got the wall and he's on this side of the wall.
He's on the
So
horse,
like from
yeah.
my angle, I can't.
He
even
might
really
have some
see
cover.
Howard.
Yeah, I'd
Which
give
you
him
would
3/4
ignore?
cover.
Which
but
I
you would
ignore.
ignore.
I'll shoot him.
Okay, so this is your second.
That's very
attack
generous
action.
of you.
You're welcome.
21.
Hits.
Roll better this time.
better.
11. 11.
11.
Points of damage.
What?
Right. You see the arrow graze his arm. A cut opens up on it. He sort of.
I'll see you.
Oh, this is ending well.
None of us have died, so.
So far.
That's
Two
pretty
of
good.
us poofed off.
Yeah.
Speaking of, is that your turn, Halberd?
Mm-hmm.
Siliux, what are you doing?
Okay. I'm gonna go to the horse. I'm trying to rip the guy off of it.
All right, make
Toss
an
him to the ground.
athletics check.
Nothing but prone.
And
He is going to resist.
You have an inspiration there.
Trying to figure out when I'm gonna use it. Now's a good time. That was a 1, so that is 17.
It's okay, you got a nat 1.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm going to rip him off the horse,
You do rip him off the horse. He is prone on the ground.
and I will attempt to get on the horse.
All right, make an. You may attempt to get on the horse. Go ahead and make an animal handling check. We'll see if you actually get to do any movement this turn. On the horse, I should say.
It's a 12 this time.
You hop on. You spend the rest of your movements getting the horse under control as it's tossing its head, it's shifting its weight, it's not happy with you. But by the end of your turn, you get the sense that it might listen to your controls.
Okay, cool. Then, yeah, that's gonna be it for me.
Okay. They are gone and out of view. The one. Is going to hold his action. Alright. Val, you're up next.
All right. We dimension doored. What do I
You
see?
dimension doored. What you saw, you dimension doored 150 feet down the street. You saw them where they were coming. Your eyes locked for a minute. They were coming another 30 feet or so towards you, so 50 feet around the corner. They took a side street, started bolting up the other way.
How far from that side street am I?
120 feet.
Not helpful. So they're out of view at the moment.
Yes.
Kisator, you have another one of those in you?
Don't you still have your winged lanes?
Can I answer that before my turn?
If you can say something in 6 seconds.
Oh, yes.
All right, I'm going to hold an action for him to dimension door us. I'm holding the spell Guiding Bolt.
All right.
If
So what's the trigger?
As soon as we see horse and boy, I'm hitting horse. I'm hitting horse.
Okay. So as soon as you see them, you'll release Guiding Bolt to hit the horse.
Correct.
Okay.
What level?
Oh, third.
Okay.
Not taking any chances on a crappy roll.
Go ahead. I'm going to hand you concentration. Just in case anything.
Oh, she said
disrupts
concentration,
it.
not constipation.
That's a different type of
That would
spell.
be an entirely different marker. It would be a
It's a brown marker.
Is that a
ugly brown.
Is that the physical effect or?
Yes, that would be the physical effect.
But the damage it causes is wide.
Psychic?
Psychic, emotional, property damage, potentially.
All right.
Depends on the upholstery.
It is. All right. He is.
Isn't
Death
Kisator
saving.
right?
Did I skip someone? Excuse me? I did. I am sorry. Kisator, you're up.
Sweet. Well, I unfortunately, I guess I am going to.
Oh yeah.
Let me look at my.
Get us ahead of him.
I don't think I have any useful bonus actions. Yeah, okay. I will go ahead and just. You said we're 120 feet from the side street,
Yes.
and I went 150 foot down, so that's 30 feet. So they're probably not too far down. Okay, I'm gonna go
70.
120 back down to the side street, and then down the side street 50.
Okay. You bamf out. You see they are about 40 feet in front of you.
Ah, I'm so bad at this. Okay.
Guiding
I'm
bolt.
loosing.
Make your roll on the
Yeah.
horse.
Sorry. Bad J. 16 plus 8, 24.
Oh yeah. It's
You're
a
shooting a horse as a.
I know.
Yeah.
Now the trick is you need to kill it.
That's the trick. That's why I went third level.
Actually, pause at this moment because y'all coming into view does trigger the held action from the other sorcerers. So I need both of you to make dexterity saving throws.
So the sorcerer hopped on the other horse. So it's not just the kid and the boy and the sorcerer.
No. Archer with the boy on the horse riding away.
Uh-huh.
One sorcerer disappeared with Reuben. You don't know where they're at. This is the other sorcerer
Who also disappeared.
who also disappeared.
Yeah, gotcha.
And they're just
23 for me.
And Kizator?
So I was checking an ability, but I don't think it's going to be helpful.
For dexterity saving throw?
Yeah. Okay. Natural 20.
Y'all both succeed.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll a concentration check. Oh, guys. What are you doing?
Oh, yeah. Wait, just because I can.
Y'all both take 4 points of damage.
All right, and I have rolled a natural 17.
Yeah, you managed to succeed on your
Concentration.
concentration. Maintain the
You said there was
guiding
just
bolt.
4 points.
4 points, yeah.
And I'm going to let it loose here in a second.
All right, release it.
Oh, yeah. 18 plus.
We already rolled the hit. We rolled like a 20 something.
Oh, that's right. What did I do that for? I'm silly. I had a moment, okay? I was wondering why I rolled my damage dice already.
I was looking at it too. I was like, you You could.
Jay.
Did you roll more than 13? Because it looks like he did.
Yeah, by a lot.
That's a barbecued horse.
Rock on.
Just sent them because they were in full tilt and you just dumped it. That's
well.
Oh, that's gonna suck.
Wait, I only have to do that.
Please don't make me have to kill the kid.
We may have to bring another kid back.
Just trying to help that sibling bonding, right?
Let's try to bring this one back with sight.
That close? I don't need it.
Yeah.
Okay. This is what you've seen. Let me mark the damage down.
That close, I can revivify.
Oh, there you go.
But we might have
Way to take the wind out of my joke. Daggone.
Yeah. Archer.
No.
That's who was carrying him.
It's what I do.
I'm just gonna keep making a face.
There we go. All the die.
Damage.
All the ones are going at the bottom.
Nice. You release your guiding bolt. You see its radiant energy explode over the body of the horse. It trips. It stumbles. It rolls over, momentum carrying it over on top of both Xantier and the adult behind him.
Boy is
That's
small.
That's where you just
Use
go.
adult shield.
Oh no!
Kamehameha too hard.
You Kamehameha way too hard.
Very explosively almost.
Kamehameha.
They're
It was that constipation.
The worst type of damage.
You see the shapes fall to the ground. You see they are pinned under the horse, and you do not see a whole lot beyond that from where you are 40 feet back.
Go please.
Okay. Logistics question. Would Quetzalcoatl still have movement on his turn? Because his action was
Should,
to
right?
spell.
Yes, you would still have your movement because Dimension Door doesn't count towards that.
Okay, so I'll take my 30 feet to move towards them.
All right, you are 10 feet away from where the horse has collapsed on top of them now.
Can I see anything else from there?
No.
You do see their bodies are pinned under the horse. You see the black, the adult human who you do recognize. There is something a little off about now. With his black cloak, he is struggling a little bit. You do see Xantier's body is twisted at an unnatural angle.
Oh. Like he's dead. Like he's dead.
Oh, I feel bad now.
Look at that face. That kid's dead. That kid is so dead.
Oh, great. Now I have guilt.
Okay,
You
just
his
in case he's going to have to start making death saving throws, I'm going to inspire Xantier with just stay alive. Stay alive. Yeah, okay.
I was thinking you were doing like...
Does your inspiration work on unconscious? Or do they have to be able to hear it?
They may have to be able to hear me. Probably so. Let me see. That can hear you. Yep. Never mind.
His subconscious can hear.
But hey, now metagaming, I know he's unconscious.
The plan worked.
Oh man. Okay, great. I'm done.
We're bad people.
After Quetzalcoatl.
Best of intentions.
Oh,
He's there, he's down. Oh, right. Death save.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, that is a success.
Is it the dragon guy that I was wailing on, or which guy?
For the armored.
The blue guy there. Yes.
Okay.
I feel terrible. I really do.
And the other guy who is there on the ground is going to take half his movement to stand up. And he is going to whistle very loudly. That is... Right. Celiax. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Hold on.
16.
16. All right. The horse underneath you immediately starts rearing and bucking and trying to get you off.
How does it not kick him though? It's so close to him.
I mean, there's 5 feet back there. And it's
Don't argue that with a horse.
kicking up a fuss.
Yeah.
You are not immediately thrown off of the horse, but you're gonna have a fair amount of difficulty getting it back under control on your next turn.
Okay.
That is
Just waiting for my turn. Just waiting for my turn.
yeah. He's gonna. He's going to turn slightly to the side, and he is going to exhale. And you see a cone of fire.
That's not okay.
Engulf the horse and cart.
Nope. Yeah. No. Yeah.
You hear awful shrill screams from the horse as it is screaming as it is lit on fire. The contents of the cart are also starting to burn. That is his action.
Like explosives in there or something.
Question just for where was Gygax stabled?
There is a stable over in this part of the temple grounds. Gygax is over here.
Okay.
To me, my steed.
Essentially, I'm a loud person. I may try that next. Getting tired of these non-celestial horses. These normal horses are boring.
I mean, they are what they are.
You peasant horse, you bore me.
That is.
I only ride the most majestic of steeds, for I am Celiax. Sorry, too much?
Essentially.
Not enough.
Not
I get to ride
So
flying
not
steeds in a fighter.
Yes.
I cannot wait for the flying steeds.
That'd be so
We
good.
will see.
You have to make it there first.
Doran,
Yes.
you're up.
It's my turn.
What are you doing, sir?
That's the fold that is still alive.
Yep.
There are no others.
Barbecuing everybody.
Well, you have
I
a
mean-
guy unconscious at your feet.
Well, but like there's none who are
Threatening.
threatening.
Right.
I would like to move towards him and get as close to him as I can,
All right.
within ouchie range, if one would will.
You are in ouchie range. And you are, in fact, no, we'll say Celiax is distracted. He is not able to offer the flanking advantage.
Go ahead and cast hammer.
The bucking, rearing,
No, that makes sense.
highfalutin horse has taken a fair amount of your attention. You're
also-
not able to adequately threaten
It's also
him.
a highly damaged horse.
Yes.
I
yes, it
may
is.
almost put this thing down.
Yes, very close.
Mhm.
Very close. So close.
I'm aware.
I'm gonna use my axe to hurt this person.
Please do. Feel entirely free to do so.
Okay, 12 plus 8 is a 20.
That hits.
Yay!
Roll damage.
That one, and this one, and this one, and ka-chow. Hey, all right.
Oh, that's a good
18,
roll.
18
Yeah.
slashing, 5 lightning.
Did you add your...
I did remember to add strength this time. I'm
Okay.
learning, guys. So that's the first hurt.
5, 23. You said lightning, yes.
Yes.
This guy.
'Cause it's
We'll go ahead. We'll say y'all have managed to... So I can keep this straight. You managed to figure out a bit about him.
yeah.
I'll swap those
He
out.
did breathe fire on me.
He did, in fact.
I mean,
Yes.
my thought was he's either red or gold at this point, and I'm not leaning towards
Lauren?
gold.
Yes, sir.
Question: the guy that is unconscious, if he had something like seeming on him, is that gone now?
No, seeming is not concentration. It lasts for 8 hours.
8 hours. Okay, got it. Cool. Thanks.
Okay. And then for my second attack. Hey, that's a 19 roll. So 19 plus 8.
Yeah, that
But I
hits.
hit him again. And then Math is hard. 11, 16 for slashing again, 5 for lightning, and I'd also like to add my fire rune shackle thing because I'm remembering to do that this time.
Right, that's a bonus action to do, right? Or is it a reaction?
No, that's just on the weapon attack. In addition, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can invoke the rune to summon fiery shackles. Target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained for 1 minute while restrained by the shackles. The target takes 2d6 fire damage at the start of each turn.
Right. Is that a passive ability or is that?
No, that's just on weapon attack.
Yeah, it says on attack he can invoke the rune.
Yeah.
Okay. So as part of the attack, you invoke the rune. Got it. And that's a strength saving throw?
Yes, and I can only do it. This is the one time I can do it.
Once a short rest.
Yeah.
That is a natural 1.
You should have done this on Reuben!
Hey, I couldn't reach him! Otherwise I would have!
So he is restrained?
He's really restrained, and on the start of his turn, he gets 2d6
he's also
of damage.
fire, so...
Hey, but, I mean, he's restrained at least. That's what I care about right now. I did a thing. I finally remembered to actually use that dumb thing.
I'm so proud of you. Yay! You did a good thing.
Proud of me. My little boy's growing up.
Come on, we should have.
I know there's one in there.
For which one?
Restrained.
Are you sure?
Here, I'll want me to hunt through it.
I see grappled, cursed, blessed, hex, hunter's mark.
I'll hunt through
Feel
it
free to look through the
while
rest.
you continue
Alright.
controlling.
So he is restrained. Is that the end of your turn, Doran?
Let's see. That was action. That was movement. Do I have anything that I can do? Maybe not.
Restrained.
I don't. Using. Well, no, I think I'm okay right now. I don't think I. Oh, wait. No, I keep lying. I want to go ahead and use my bonus action to activate my storm rune. So
Okay.
I can impose advantage or disadvantage. Everyone's gone now, so.
Okay. So bonus action, keep that in mind.
Yes. So I have all my runes I'm using, basically.
All at once.
It's
You're not intending to do anything else today, are you?
No, we'll see. All I gotta do is
see.
take a 30-minute nap or whatever.
Hour
Short
long.
rest.
Short rest. Alright, back to the top of the order. The one archer is making his death save. That is really not good.
Is he dead yet?
That's a natural 1 and he already had one.
Thanks,
save.
Dad. He's dead!
So yeah. He has breathed his last. He
Do you want
is
to take
dead.
take him off, or just...
Hand it to me.
Loot the body, loot the body, loot the body.
We're gonna leave
Loot the
that
bodies.
out.
Loot the
He
bodies.
is this guy. We'll use for him.
Was that one of the tanks that we just killed, or?
No, that was one of the archers in the back.
Where'd you get this one?
Miniature market with a little bit of home touch-up. And the other guy is trapped under a horse currently. He is going to make a strength saving throw and try to get out. Actually, that would be athletics more than strength save. But that's okay. That's a 23. So he does manage to wriggle his way out, to squirm his way out from under the horse.
For the moment.
He takes the situation, looks down at what is there, looks up at you, looks down, looks up, and starts booking it.
Okay then.
Fast ouchies on him.
Oh, there are so many ouchies. How bad is he looking?
I mean, he's hurt.
I mean, we took some damage on him before he booked it.
Yes. I mean, he's not awful.
He's pretty awful.
He's wounded. He's wounded, but he's not looking desperate.
I will fix that thing, Gilman.
All right. That is Halberd up next.
How bad is the cart in flames?
It is engulfed in flames at this moment.
Okay.
You see the contents in it are not entirely consumed in fire, but they will be very shortly.
Use your words, man. Use your words, homie.
What would you
Hold
like
on.
to do?
I want to check and see something.
Whatever this is.
Nightbane is going to proceed to reach in and rescue everything in the cart and pull it out, which he's proficient in.
Can
Yay!
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
His pet panther is amazing.
Go ahead and get him in range.
Tentacly arms.
Somehow.
Well, he could make the horse out the way and step on the dead
Horse
guy.
is dead.
tell you
Horse
what.
is dead. Is
The
it burnt?
horse
That hurts
right
his
there
glue.
is not dead yet.
Yeah.
It is screaming and inflamed, but it is hooked to the card.
No,
Actively
that
on
horse is
fire.
blue.
Spake the horse had it sending into the cart.
Yeah, no. Once we get past initiative count 20, y'all's actions and area actions start coming into effect. Yeah, the situation may change.
Howard's going to shoot the horse.
Don't you have a flask of water?
No. I'm down.
Because
All
that'll
right.
put out the
How about
entirety
you
of
shoot
the
the
horse
horse?
and the cart.
That's going to be a 21.
No, I have creative
12.
water.
Don't. Yeah, you didn't even have to roll damage
Cool.
on that. Like there was not a whole lot left for the.
That's a good point.
The arrow sinks in and it goes abruptly silent.
Yeah.
As the horse just collapses down.
And I'm going to shoot the other dude.
The restrained
other-
dude.
Yep.
Okay, go for it. You have advantage on the roll, I believe, because he is restrained. Yes, you have advantage.
23.
That hits. Yay!
It's going to be 14. That's 18.
He falls to the ground, unconscious.
Cool. Now Nightbane is going to proceed to walk over the dead horse and grab the stuff out.
It's difficult terrain, so count it as taking twice the amount
He
of
took
movement.
5 steps forward already.
So that's 10.
And
So
so,
five steps forward.
he took 5, so now it would be
10,
20.
20.
Cool.
He's standing on top of the dead body there. We can go ahead and just move the horse out of there. We understand that it's on the ground.
Get out of here, dead horse. You're...
For Nightbane, go ahead and have him make a. If he was a person, I would say investigation.
He's not investigating. He's just
really
literally
not.
just
He's
grabbing.
Just grabbing. Make a dexterity. Roll for his dexterity. See how much he can actually get out.
21.
So he gets solidly just like pulling stuff out and chunking it behind him. And these are mostly bags and sacks full of goods. You're not exactly sure what's in them. You're not taking the time to look.
Don't care. It's
You
ours
do
now.
see a couple of them have caught on fire. You know, by flying through the air, they're mostly being extinguished. But the fabric is weakened, and so there are things you hear are rolling around and thudding and spilling out behind you. He manages to empty about half the cart.
He's going to back up. So he's not on it.
What's his movement speed? 40?
Yeah.
40.
Okay, so you should get, because then 10. So yeah, he could get just off the horse.
Just off of the horse.
Can I...
Grab the horse, hold it down.
How far am I away? I'm within 30 feet of her. Cool. She's underneath, so if I come over here...
And you'll be within 30 feet of her, yes.
Alright. I'm going to walk up to her.
You cannot get
not
all the way
up to her, but up to
you
that
can
spot.
get-
Now I'm going to say, Vanera, listen, I can keep you safe. Do you trust me?
And you say that on your turn. You'll find out what happens next.
Bonus action, I want to put her in my locket.
Oh!
Okay. If that's what you're going for, make a persuasion check.
Would that be my action already then?
I think it's just
We'll see how.
Didn't
We'll
you use
see
your action
how.
to shoot the horse?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. That's
Okay.
why I'm asking. Because
We've done investigation stuff already this battle without it having to be your action. We'll just say how persuasive were you with your quick appeal?
Thankfully, she knows you.
Much. 14.
Aladdin moment.
14.
Right.
Stranger danger.
Right.
She looks up at you. Her eyes are really big. Just a nod.
Yeah.
Right? She's in. She's not unwilling. She's not going to try to resist that.
I'm not even gonna try to get her out.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Get some tweezers.
Don't worry about it.
It's like playing Operation.
Right?
We lost.
Um,
The little girl got squished. Oh no.
It was a fun fight that doesn't kill children.
Yeah.
Alright. At this point,
She's safe.
the horse is dead. With the fire and the horse screaming, the other horses at this point are going to attempt to flee, trampling over what they need to in an attempt to get out just as far as they can.
Fleeing horses. Fleeing horses. Fleeing horses. All the horses.
Bye, horsey.
That does include the horse you're on, Solyax.
Okay.
No, that's fair.
At this point, go ahead and make another dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's good. 14.
14. We'll say
Just saying, being a paladin and saving my butt right now.
Could I use my thing to help him with advantage?
If you want to use your reaction to do that,
Yeah.
you can. Yes. This would.
Oi, the horse is gonna buck. Save your butt.
Not better.
Okay. The
I
DC
tried.
for that was 15. So
Okay.
you don't land prone,
Okay.
but you don't manage to really keep your seat either.
The horse is gone.
The horse is gone.
Okay. What?
Solyax, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm going to start running in. Say, Gargax to me! And began running into. Here's this. 25, 30, 10, 15, 20. Oh, 25, 30. I'm running to the stable.
Can't you summon him? Like, to you?
No.
That's one of the things when he's like, when he exists, he's just there, right?
Well, he's just. I call him to this plane. He's
Yeah.
not like a familiar that I can just.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
fair.
can't vamp him.
If only.
Right.
Yeah,
You wouldn't have
only
been
if
trying to mount horse after horse.
Good.
Okay.
So,
That's your turn then.
calling for Gygax. And you said the stable was that way, right?
Yeah, this way.
Okay. I'm running.
You'll probably be able to get to the stable door if you dash on your next turn.
Okay. Could I use. So, I've never used it. I know how to use it. Could I use my foreskin? Because it says once per short rest, I can, as a bonus action, dash half my movement and make a single melee attack. So I could dash half my movement.
Swing at the air.
Just dash and swing.
I'll say you're gonna have to attack something. What are you gonna attack?
There's really nothing 15 feet in front of me, so.
Can he like?
I was just
Can he
curious.
just like
but-
punch
You
himself?
can. You can strike at the building. There's various
Could
barrels,
Because I can also do that same thing
bucket.
in an attempt to knock a creature prone.
I'm just curious, as you're running by the dude right there, could you have used it then and just
The
with
unconscious
dude's
guy?
head?
No, because it would have put me way out the way.
I mean this guy.
You know, that's clever. I'll say you can go ahead and do it.
Never use the force. 5, 10, 15.
It's clever. Go ahead.
Cool.
That's the end of your turn.
Faster. That's me. That's action, bonus action, and movement.
It is. It is.
All for running and calling for my horse.
All right. They are doing the one thing. Okay. That's what is happening now. No. Where did the page go? There it is. Okay. That is going to be Okay. That's a natural 20 against you.
What is?
The sorcerer.
Life.
Oh, okay. I was like, you didn't say anything.
Sorry.
The magic
The
people,
red
we don't know where
dragonborn
they are.
sorcerer. Who is he breathed the fire at you.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes, he was the guy who breathed the fire at you on the last turn.
Peckerhead. I don't like it.
That's derpy.
Yes. Okay.
Like
And
this
he
side's like okay, but this side's
let me just double check how that goes. Okay, have a question.
I have an answer.
Because I have never actually done a whole lot with sorcerers. When a sorcerer uses a twin spell, do they have to roll their attack for each creature that it's targeting? Okay.
Think of it like Elder's Blast.
That's what I thought. That is so a natural 20 against you and a 25 against Kazator.
Suck!
25 hit.
Alright.
Yep, 25.
Y'all eat.
Too bad somebody doesn't have counterspell.
It's an 8 and a
Have
7 on
Jojo
a
instead.
d8. That is
No, you have flame
15
arrows instead.
points of lightning damage.
Oh, that too.
I'm sorry, how many?
15.
Okay. I'm really tired of this guy.
Sorry, this guy is not red. This guy is blue. I was like, wait a second. No, the red is there's only one of them. R is for he was on the right earlier.
Figure out your notes better.
I know. Okay, so he's blue, which does mean that once per turn, he can use his elemental affinity to
Dirt horse.
add +4 to 1 damage roll of that spell. So that is 19 points against you.
Daggum.
Kazator, it's only 9 lightning points against you, not 15.
Ouch. Do I know where he's at now?
Yeah, he's up on one of the roofs.
Okay.
Overhead, up a little ways in front of you. About.
Like, can I see him?
He's got half cover at this point.
All right.
Derpy leads that way.
Okay.
Yeah, his dexterity throw to actually stay up there and not just come sliding down. It was close. But he rolled well. That was a 16. Anyway, moving on. That is him. Val, you are up. Kazator, you're on deck.
All right. How far away am I from Kid?
You are 40 feet from Kid. Kazator is 10 feet away.
Does Kid look like he's dead, or does Kid look like...
All you have seen is that there is a form 40 feet away trapped under the horse.
Okay, I'm going to run up to where I'm 10 feet away.
Okay.
Does he still look like a form, or...
You can see now that his body is twisted unnaturally under the horse, and he's not moving.
I was going to say, do I see chest moving up and down?
You're too far away in the middle of battle. You're running up. You can investigate. You can go.
No, not with that douchebag sitting over my head. I'm going to... Oh, I don't want to do this. I don't like this. That's the one I hit earlier, isn't it? That particular caster?
I think you've hit both of them.
Okay.
He was the guy who was over here earlier, not the guy who was over there.
Okay.
Yes, this one.
So, but he is damaged.
Yes.
All right. Screw this mess.
They're all damaged at this
freaking
point.
spiritual weapon.
We're not on the map anymore. This is great.
Yep. Nope.
You're off the map.
Spiritual weapon at 4th freaking level.
Okay.
And was that the guy he hit?
And
have your magical scythe.
Woohoo!
Into existence.
To put nowhere on the board.
Yeah, putting right behind him and slicing his throat.
Alright, the sorcerer guy up top.
Yep.
Well, that just seems excessive.
Alright.
I approve.
Make an attack roll.
Is that the sorcerer?
Nice.
He compels you.
Oh, wait, crap.
Did he cast on that sorcerer?
Yep, nope, that's.
We need to shuffle something.
Ask one more time.
Did he cast on that sorcerer and then give advantage to the next person who attacked on him?
No, he cast Guiding Bolt on the horse.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what it was.
And horse went
Gracias.
squish.
Horse did
All
squish.
right. 17 plus 8.
25? That hits. Yeah,
All
roll
right.
damage.
I need this one, and I need this one. Got it.
Ooh.
Nice. 15 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
I assume. Force damage. Sorry, not slashing.
That's okay.
And
Same as
then Toll the Blasted Dead.
Yeah. Spell and cantrip. Go for it.
Yeah. That's a wisdom saving
Wait.
throw, which. Oh
Are
no!
the- 'cause
Yeah.
those are both.
No, one's a bonus action. Spiritual weapon's a bonus action,
Spiritual weapon is a ridiculous bonus action.
and then Toll the Dead is an action.
Mm-hmm. It's a stupid combo, but it works.
Yeah. No,
Cleric
that's
combos.
amazing.
Magic.
And is there anybody? Is the other sorcerer within 5 feet of him,
No.
or anybody within 5 feet of him?
No.
Okay.
Wisdom, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
That is a 7.
That is a epic fail. That is 2d12.
Nice.
All right. That's a 9 and 11 points of necrotic.
He's still standing.
Dadgummit.
He's looking rough.
All right.
You see as this bell tolls faintly, thin lines of blood start to seep from his nostrils.
Rock on. I love that imagery. Screw this guy. All right, that's all I got.
All right.
We're stacking horses.
We have a horse pyramid. It goes 3, 2, 1. We have a horse pyramid.
Y'all are
Ridiculous on
y'all
some
are
levels.
ridiculous, and I love it so much.
All right, that's-
Please tweet that to the key.
Oh, yeah.
I'll send it to you out on Twitter.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Kazator. Anything else, Val?
Nope.
All right, Kazator, you're up. You're 10 feet
Okay.
away from this situation. You see
Okay.
about 40 feet. 40 feet ahead of you. Booking it away is the archer that had tried to escape with Xantier.
And right next to you, Val looks like death.
Next to you, Val's looking rough. About 10 feet away is the
dead
horse and Xantier pinned to the ground under it.
I feel like if we were there, we could
Correct
just
me
take that horse
if I'm remembering this wrong. Have we used like cure wounds and healing word to heal people who like had broken arms and things? Like when we
That's the
does
thing
that
you can do
repair
to
that?
restore hit points. Yeah.
Okay.
You did that with the kid on the Wolf World in Welton.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I was thinking. Okay.
Yeah, but y'all as a group.
Healing boy.
Yeah.
Back
Oh,
before
I
we
should
had
remember his name.
back before we had healing boys.
Right. You're welcome.
When your paladin is your lead healer.
That's just a bad day.
That was a bad party.
Okay. I am going to go around to Xantier for my action. I am going to try to kind of lift the weight of the horse out, or lift the weight of the horse off him and pull him out.
Ooh, make an athletics check.
Unless it looks like a horse that like I just have no shot and this is stupid.
Only you had strong people there who could help you.
I know.
It's gonna be rough. You think you could try. Roll an athletics check.
All right.
I mean, things go crazy.
16.
16. You do manage to shift the horse. You sort of get your knee up under the saddle. You have it up just enough where you can try to start pulling him out, and then your weight gives out. You're unable to actually get him out from under.
That's what happens when you try to do horse tricks with an equestrian DM.
I mean, horses are heavy, y'all. Dead horses are even heavier.
So true.
All right, I'm gonna pump a third level of Cure Wounds into him.
All right, go ahead and roll.
Did you check for a pulse first?
Well, I'm pretty sure he's unconscious.
How many?
If he's like straight up dead, no, I'm not. I didn't. That was 8 points.
8 points. All right.
Back.
You do see, your magic take effect. You see it sink into the figure pinned under the horse. It does not seem to have any actual effect.
Fantastic. Okay, that's action, bonus action. I only moved 10 feet, so I'm going to do another 30 feet, 20 feet, sorry. 20 feet, yeah, 20 feet towards the archer who's running.
Okay.
It's good to know why Death Cleric killed a child. That's...
I mean, Celix doesn't know that yet.
No idea. Celix is trying to find a stupid horse.
So yeah, I'm off the ground on the wings and just 20 feet towards the archer.
Right.
We should really not
Really
be
respect.
left unsupervised.
Was not supposed to have to use
He
both
can't find his
fourth level
horse, you
spells.
killed a kid. I was blocking the door the whole time.
No.
He is.
You are a magic weak party. None of us do magic very well.
He makes a death saving throw. That is another success. He is now unconscious. He makes a death saving throw. That is a failure. That is their turn. He is doing the thing. Doran, you are up.
Oh, good. I have a turn.
Just beat the dead guy. Finish him off.
I mean, they're just all unconscious, right?
Yeah. You could finish him off.
Well, yeah. I probably will, but like, who? What am I trying to ask? Of the fools that are here, like, how many of them are dead? How many are unconscious?
You have one dead. You have 2 unconscious.
The one next to you.
The one next to you is unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
The blue guy you were fighting earlier is unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
The archer at the back is dead.
Should I kill him or should I not?
That's entirely up to you.
Yeah.
Would Doran be the type to kill a downed enemy?
I don't know. But he is the type to use rope to tie them fools up. Isn't the other guy still dealing with the...
Your fire shackles are still on the red guy.
Yeah. He's still...
Do they do damage or do they just restrain?
No, they do damage. They do fire damage, but he's a fire dragon one.
Okay. That's okay. He's not immune. He's just resistant.
Oh,
so if they do damage, do they do damage just at the start, or do they do it every turn?
The start of each of his turns until he breaks out, which I don't know that he's going to break out.
He's dead. You just killed him.
I'm pretty sure he's going to just die because of that.
Keep in mind.
He's just going to keep taking fire damage and die.
That was a fail on him. That's another fail.
Yeah.
Because it's not a melee hit, so it's not an auto crit, so it's not 2.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking really bad condition.
I'm just gonna leave him to the fire shackles. Let that just keep going.
Burn.
The other guy, though, I'm gonna hog tie him in all the ways. I'm just gonna, cause like we need somebody to beat some questions out of. I mean, interrogate with kindness.
The bottom of your enlarge is still sticky from the fight, so it's very hard to move.
Sorry. Nah, we'll get it taken care of later. So you spend your action tying him up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where is
unconscious and restrained? We should stabilize him before he dies.
You might want to consider it. If you want, if you want to question it later.
Oh, I'm killing.
Entirely up to you.
I don't want to just outright kill him, but if he dies,
I'm
not going to cry about it.
He dies.
All right, that's the end of your turn.
I guess so. I can't do. Do I have enough movement to try and find anyone? Where's Hal? Where are you?
You moved a
I'm
little
right
bit.
back
You've
there.
got probably 10 more
20
feet. Okay, you got 5 more feet of movement.
I
Question. When you're in your large form, do you get extra movement as part of your giant's might?
It doesn't say that,
So
but I wish.
I'm gonna assume not then.
Yeah.
So no, you have 5 more feet of movement.
I think I just poke my head around and ask where's the girl? Is she still around? That's Captain Jack Sparrow. Okay.
Okay.
I'm all flustered. I can't get into character.
That's your turn. Back to the top.
Xantier dead.
One of the archers is dead. The other is booking it. He runs up another 20 or so feet and ducks into a little alley between 2 of the houses, trying to get out of view.
Fair enough.
Brotherhood kind of sucks.
Halberd, you're up.
I can see nothing from here.
And my fish was this big.
Nope.
All right.
You see Doran in the process of tying up one of the foes.
We might need him alive. I'm going to bonus action
Promise I know how to eat.
dash. If I bonus action dash with 70 movement, can I get on top of my building again with my rope?
You'll have the opportunity. Make an acrobatics check.
This one.
You warmed up the other one. That's where you messed up.
I mean, still not bad.
13.
13. You can get up a level pretty easily. Getting all the way up to the top is a little bit beyond you at this point.
Just for kicks and grins.
Perfect.
So I'm right there, looking out. Stupid building. Can I...
The rest of the buildings in the area are kind of like this, right? They're not like huge skyscraper buildings.
They're not skyscraper, I know, but
Right.
there are some 2 stories, some 1 story. It's
So nothing huge,
All
but
right.
still.
I'm going to...
some of the inns and taverns are a little bit larger, but those are a little farther away, closer to the center of town.
Sure.
I'm going to have Nightbane dash and start heading towards the others.
Okay.
Tell him to go find. At least down that road and see 100 feet. And I'd like to see, just from where I'm standing, what's my view? Because I know I'm not going to shoot, I'm not going to try anything. I just want to see if I see anything, potentially like magic strikes or stuff blowing up or things on fire.
From where you're at,
Yeah.
about 250, 300 feet away, you do see
And the horse is getting involved.
a magic Lowy scythe.
Yes, he did math.
Impressive.
Wait,
Cool.
you calculated the angle of your shot, and it's still within range.
Yeah, by 400 feet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, they are not out of his longbow range.
No, absolutely not. I love the fact that they actually.
It's just I have to actually be able to get
Mapped
somewhere
it.
to see, and I just want to know where my peeps are.
Yeah, you see.
Shout which
You
direction
see the
to
glow
go.
from the scythe, and it's a brief flash, and really only because your passive perception is just that high. You have keen elf eyes. But
And you've seen it before, so you know what it looks like.
Yes. Has he? Yes.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So you have an idea of the vicinity that they're in, but you don't see any allies, you don't see any enemies apart from what are here in front of the temple.
It was a good shot.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's all I can really do.
You need to make the elf fly.
Anything else, Halberd?
I'm good.
All right, Soyux.
Gygax! And I am continuing to run.
All right. By the time you get to the stable door, Gygax has managed to get himself leapt out of his stall where he was stabled.
Perfect.
And he's not tacked up, but he is prepared to receive you.
Well, he's also he comes to this plane to already prepared to be ridden. So does he actually need to take it off? Like, does he have his tack taken off?
It's not magical tack. He comes equipped. He has been sort of like unequipped at this
He's
point.
a magical being. I didn't know if the equipment just stayed on him.
No, not quite.
Okay. Either way,
That's like saddle stuff, right?
Yeah, that would be very, very
for
bad
the
saddle
non-horse
sores.
people.
but he's magical.
But he's magical
Magic horse.
in a physical body.
Okay.
Saddle sores are not pretty. I promise.
No, they're not.
They're bad.
Very well. Gex, away! And we will take off.
You are prepared to mount up at the start of your next turn.
Yep.
At this point, Val and Kazador, the two of you see the sorcerer that was on the rooftop disappears from view. Okay, that's all you see at this point. Is he's gone now. It's the same sort of effect that you have seen him accomplish before.
I'll do a quick 360 and see if I see him anywhere in sight.
Make a perception check on your turn.
Isn't it? Is that where I have to guess?
Yes, actually it is.
Because perception is what I do. 28.
28. You do not see anything,
Dang
but
it,
you
not
do
helpful.
hear.
Mm-hmm.
You do hear voices, rough, sort of gravelly voices, in the same, conversing in the same direction that the archer had run off in.
No, I don't like it. How far away is that?
From where you were. Oh, great hypotenuse master.
Plus how much? So they've gone 100 out and then 70 more, so 170.
Right. So
They're
from that
10
point,
feet away.
another 60 feet up and about 30 feet over.
So from him, they're going to be, because he was 10 feet away from that. And he
Well, the
was
60-40 is really what I need.
So that's going to be 70. 70 feet away from you.
You cannot see where they're at, but you hear them.
Yeah, but they're way outside. No, they're not.
What are you thinking?
Dashing.
Snow in a one hole.
Dadgummit.
Wait a minute.
Oh, if you'd been half a hair sooner.
That was
we didn't
with
need a
my
new
soft
camera.
Flying all the
Hey,
way.
you can't do that in here.
No, I can't. It's
There's
awful.
papers.
Yes.
Stuff
Heck.
is getting crushed.
All right. Let's go, guys.
All right. I'm going to cast
the brush.
Screw this.
That's good.
Cure wounds
Mhm.
at. Oh no, I can't do it at that level. That would have been bad. Second level.
Okay.
On myself. So, cure wounds. All the d8s. That was crap. 11 points.
Okay.
7.
I'm
11.
not on the teetering on the verge of death anymore. And then yeah, I'm going to no, I'm gonna stay with the kid.
All right.
I am going to, however, oh no, wait, that was it. Cure Wounds is an action, isn't it?
Yep.
Dadgummit. Never mind. Yeah, no, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna chill with the kid.
Hey, Kizator, are you pursuing him at all?
Yeah. So if they were 70 feet from Val at the kid and I'm 30 feet, they're 40 feet from me?
They're ahead and down the side road. Remember, he had ducked between houses, and
Right.
you don't know that they're both together.
Okay.
You just know
So
where the one
I'll
archer
go
went.
and turn the corner, and do I see them at that point?
Yes, at this point you do see them.
And they're how far away?
They already had their turn, so I mathed that wrong, didn't I? Did I?
What? So for him, he was 10 feet away from the body behind it, and they were 60 past. So that's 70 feet from him. If he went off chasing, that'd only be...
Because he was up with the kid.
Yeah.
Right. So he would have moved forward 30, another 30 or so up to the turn, and then 30-ish down the alley.
Okay.
Is that, no, they would have had a whole turn ahead of you to get more distance between y'all. You wouldn't be able to catch up this turn, but you would be able to turn and see them. Yes.
I'd be within 30 feet of them though. They'd still be 30 feet ahead, right?
Yeah, they ran, he ran.
Because he stopped and did a whole turn of cure wounds while they continued to run and dash.
No, my movement didn't because I did cure wounds and then kept going.
Okay. Yeah. So they would have been, if you're following in their steps, they would have been 40 feet ahead of you. Am I mathing that right? They would have had 40 feet distance that they would have put between y'all.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Right. And I turn the corner and there's two of them.
You do see two of them, yes.
It's the blue dragonborn and the
archer, yes.
Oh, the archer. Oh, it's not Reuben. Okay.
No, it's not Reuben. You do not know
so there's the
where
archer
Reuben
that I
is
was
at.
chasing and the sorcerer that vamped.
Yes.
Okay. Do either of them look worse than the other?
I mean, they've both taken some damage.
Okay.
They look about the same. Roughly the same.
Okay. So I'm too far away. Okay. I will go ahead and is the sorcerer wearing anything metal?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Did I paint anything metal on him? He is this guy.
That's an illusion.
Belt buckle, tooth filling. Take whatever.
Make a perception check.
Darn. Okay, at least I'm good at that. 25.
25. It's hard to tell from this distance, but you think you catch the flash of a metal belt holding his robes closed.
Okay, I'm gonna lock onto it and heat metal.
All right.
Nice.
At third level. So
yeah.
Constitution saving throw.
Let me see.
Possibly. I was gonna say under here the splitter has a plug in the side. It should be towards you.
Keep it in the box.
No.
That is going to be a 19.
That should be a save, right?
Yeah, that's a success, I believe.
Close it out. Yeah. Okay. So 3d8. Yeah. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3. So 3 points of damage.
All right.
And I will go ahead and I should only be 50 feet from the kid, so Val should be in range of a 60-foot healing word, yes?
Yeah.
Oh, but never mind, I can't cast it, never mind. I'm done.
Spells on the same turn.
Yeah, sorry.
Alright. These guys make their death saving throws. And that first one is going to be...
He's burning?
No. We'll get to him in just a minute.
Oh, we don't know that part?
That was cocked. That was a success. So the one guy that Doran is currently tying up with all sorts of rope is stabilized. And the other guy is lit on fire at this point. The fire has spread not just from the shackles, but to his robes and his flesh.
I'll get over it.
It's starting to smell a little like a barbecue.
how hungry am I?
How hungry are you?
Depending on how this ends, we'll find out.
All right.
New sides of Doran.
Doran's a cannibal.
Doran, are you
Cannibal?
doing anything
He
back
ain't
here?
no dwarf. I'm sorry?
Are you doing anything back here?
The guy I was tying up he's stabilized, but he's still KO.
Yeah, he's unconscious.
Okay.
He's stable. He's not going to bleed out, but he's not waking up at this point.
Does he have any way he could tell me, like, go left, go right, start, like, a direction I can start going?
On his turn, maybe.
Okay.
Right now, I can't.
Sure.
Where my position is, I can't
And
really see.
you've got about 3/4 cover from him right now, so his keen elf eyes can see you, but it's very difficult for you to see him at this point.
That's expected. I don't want to leave this guy here even though he is tied up. So I'm going to take him with me and just start heading in the direction I saw them start to leave.
Alright.
And I have strength advantage stuff, so
go ahead and make
I'll see if I can
an
do that.
athletics check.
Oh, do I since I have my thing, can I advantage it? Since I have
You
my
have your-
giant might strength stuff?
I believe that's yes.
It says strength saving throws and checks. Is that
This is a strength check,
Okay.
yes. This athletics is a strength skill.
Oh, come off it. The highest
come
was
off
an
it.
8.
Plus
Plus 8. Plus 8, so 16.
16. Alright. The DC for this was 15. Because you are
Okay.
strong, it's not that hard.
Okay. Still, it's
you
one of
do
those,
manage
like,
to
I
keep
rolled
him up
low, dang
over
it.
your shoulder. You're large at this point.
Yes, when he gets shorter, or when I get shorter, he'll stay the same. That's how that works.
Yeah, that.
When I get shorter, I'll tie him up more and dump him, but
Yeah. So you do manage to pick him up and start carrying him with you. 25 feet, heading out.
because, like, I don't want one of his buddies to come wake him up and whisk him away. I'm taking him with me.
That guy is dead. That guy is going to hold his action. Halberd, you're
The
up.
red dragon will be dying to fire.
I want to get up the rest of the way.
Alright. Athletics check to finish climbing the rope.
Yeah, it's a 21.
Oh yeah, you're good. All the way up.
Athletics or acrobatics is what we were using.
Either one.
Okay, that's a 21. What do I see?
You see Doran with a figure over his shoulder heading out that way. You see the spiritual weapon briefly glimpsed in the same spot. You see the cart burning. You see the body burning. You're starting to smell the barbecue. Is that a little much? I feel like that might be a little much.
I'll yield down to Doran and Nightbane. Down the straight, hanger right is the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's out that way. Nightbane's going to move his 40 and get to the end of the street where it tees.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to go right and dash.
Okay.
For another 40. And start running down that street. With a passive perception of 12, would he see explosive marks or anything like that? Or like any droll that would look at that?
He could probably figure out
Especially
where he would need to turn to start catching up to where your people are at.
Cool. Then he's going to turn and move his last 10 feet down that road.
Okay. Yeah, he's a smart enough critter. Silyax.
So, fun fact I learned I can speak telepathically to Gygax if I'm within a mile of him.
That is good to know. This
Yes,
is
it
why
is.
it's good to know your spells.
Yes. So, I will mount Gygax and begin a
Alright.
pursuit.
That's half your movement to mount up.
Yes.
And then on Gygax, his movement speed is...
Warhorse, I believe it's 60.
I believe that's right.
So, yeah, he's going to...
So you can move another 60 feet.
Oh, we need a
And
Solyax
then
riding his horseman.
I will dash with him. So that will be however far that is.
Okay, so 90 feet total.
And he moves with me as if one person.
Yes. It's
Yeah,
very
60
smooth.
60
Almost
feet.
centaur-like. As you approach, running at him, you see him kneel down, start to prepare you. You leap up, even in armor. You swing yourself over, land solidly on his back, completely bareback. You communicate, and he starts just taking off effortlessly.
So
It's
are
just
we
so cool,
with
y'all.
that?
It's gonna be the best
How
selling
far
action figure
did we
have.
get back?
Kids are gonna want the playset though with the horse.
You can probably get to about where the gate is.
You should have. He should be down there.
Hmm?
He should be down there in the collection.
I will let you go ahead and pull him out.
Y'all have one for
I mean,
the spirit horse?
Anything else you're doing, Solyax?
just dashing.
All right. At this point, the sorcerer is going to use his. I believe. Where is it? Yep. Use his last dimension door with the archer, and poof, they disappear from you.
Getting a little tired of this whole dimension door thing.
The sorcerer and the
And the
archer.
archer.
Yeah.
So Kazator, they gone.
Did it look like Dimension Door like I'm familiar with, or more like the Misty Step that I was seeing earlier?
It's dimension door. They were dimension dooring. It's just flavor text stepping into a shimmering
Yeah.
like heat wave in the air. So the source of their power.
Like water caustics.
Essentially.
That would look cool. Very 90s.
At this point, the enemies have mostly left the field. We'll go ahead and we will come out of initiative. We're going to take a break. And we will be back here very shortly, guys. Are we going to do another tech reset during break?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, so be patient. We're going to do a hard reset during break, make sure all the tech's working well, and we will be back shortly. See y'all soon.
Bleep bloop.
Having issues?
Oh no! And welcome back.
Hello.
So,
This is dirt.
we have exited combat. We want some music. That's what we want.
Please don't make a creepy, ominous music. My heart can't take it. I already killed a kid.
It's because you're a terrible person.
Speaking
That's not
of,
something you should say on camera, just saying.
Right.
Speaking of, what would y'all like to do?
I am immediately leaning down and casting freaking Revivify.
Okay.
I mean, do we really need this kid?
Revivify the kid you murdered?
Okay.
Consider
Only one of you knows that.
Only one of you knows that. So you go up the 10 feet. You've got about 20 seconds. If you're gonna do it,
Yeah,
I would
no,
do it quickly.
I cast it.
Okay.
My snarky comment was simply for giggles.
At this point, then, go ahead, roll a d20 and add your spellcasting modifier.
Spellcasting?
Yep.
15.
15. Okay.
Did you ever use your inspiration?
So you cast.
I didn't have it. You gave it to him.
Oh, that's right.
You managed to cast Revivify, and the spell begins to glow in your hands. The divine energy spreads, starts to encompass his body. There's an awful crack as he twists back into space. Go ahead and fix the.
It's fit.
Okay, good deal. So there's an awful crack as his spine twists back into place. He is still stuck under the horse.
It's okay, I am galloping full force headed that way.
Yeah,
Also, Nightbane is right by me.
Yeah.
I will telepathically talk to Nightbane and ask for his help.
Which you can do because he knows a language.
He does know a language. I'm super excited.
Panther with tentacles knows a language.
Yeah.
D&D is such a good game.
He
Also,
can understand it. He can't speak it. Also,
is there anybody within sight of me?
Kazator
Because this
is up ahead.
high stress situation.
It is
Just
just
as
a
a
bit.
reminder.
And actually, you don't know this. You cannot see your own face. Kazator, what's your passive perception?
18.
18. Yeah,
boy.
you're close enough. You could see as this divine energy is illuminating and sort of seeping into covering the body of Xantier, Val's eyes begin to glow. And it's not so much a glow, it's not something that you've seen him do before. It's as though his eyes seem to absorb the light, like black holes in his face. It's really creepy looking, actually. But where Cora had green eldritch glow to his eyes, Val's is entirely black. The spell takes hold. With Nightbane's help, you do manage to shift the horse enough to get Xantier out from under it.
And immediately, 3rd level cure wounds.
Go ahead and roll for that. You dump this healing energy into his body. And as he starts to shift and to come to awareness, he looks up at you and freezes.
Well, 19 points of healing.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, what kind of look does he have on his face?
Fear. Horror.
How far away am I at this point?
About this point, you're probably approaching.
Okay.
You're approaching a little slower with a body tied over your shoulders. You're not able to move at quite your full speed.
So I've got my hands on him, cure woundsing and
Healing and restoring.
yeah, and don't worry, this will pass soon.
Demon.
As I ride up, I will say,
not quite.
Xantier,
His eyes snap over to you.
come with me. And I'll reach down and grab him and pull him up on the horse.
Okay. Make an
Kind of working on him at the moment.
Your spell has taken a hold.
Yeah.
Your eyes are slowly receding to their normal.
Oh, it's 1 action, not 1 minute. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong spell.
Yeah. And athletics, you said?
Yes.
Not great. 14.
14. He's not that heavy a kid. You go ahead. You manage to swing him up, and he clumsily lands up behind you. He naturally just starts slouching against you, even though he's healed. This has been an exhausting day for the kid.
Right.
No joke.
So I will reach. I'll probably put him in front of me.
Okay.
Just so I can actually keep a hold of him as we go.
Okay. So rather than helping him up behind you.
Yeah, I just sort of do one of these things and just whoop. And
you're not going to do the dead man carry.
No. So I'll pull him up in front of me and then return to the temple. And as we go, I'll put. I don't know. It's a child.
Yeah,
20?
he's pretty close to full health already.
Okay, so 10 points of lay on hands.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Whatever it takes to get him to full, whatever that is.
I'm still looking like death on so many levels. Apparently because my eyes are glowing. Look over at Nightbane and do you mind carrying me for a bit?
He wraps you with his tentacles, lifts you up, and sets you on his back.
I'm not even gonna resist. I'm just gonna slump and full on power nap.
Knock things over. Trying to be graceful.
While they're away, can I be just poking through and seeing what all is on the battlefield, all the carnage, and then
seeing them head back that
go
direction?
For it. Are you looting the bodies?
Yes,
is that what this is?
I guess.
You gotta put one out first.
Just checking. Specifically, they went far and above to make sure the cart was caught on fire. So I'm checking what was pulled out of the cart.
Because the cart is still burning. The things that have been pulled out of the cart, and go ahead and roll an investigation check for.
While he's doing that, Lauren, I'll just say I wanted to let them get to the revivify, but as soon as they dimension doored, I'm launching up to 50 feet roughly, and just seeing if I can see movement.
Alright, make an investigation check. Or actually, this would be perception. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh good, that's a +7 difference.
Ooh.
18.
18. You do not see anything in the immediate vicinity. It seems clear. there had been some activity on the streets, some onlookers, some people who were rushing away and cleared the area pretty quickly once they realized there was a fight actually going down. But they're starting to come out of their houses and out of the shops and doing the whole looky-loo, rubbernecker. I mean, what was that? Oh, did you see? Oh, but they were racing around and oh. So the streets are starting to become crowded again and people are starting to return to their daily life.
Okay.
You don't see any of your foes actively on the street.
Okay, so when I shot up, because I believe that was 5 turns in, so I should have 36 seconds of wings, basically.
Essentially.
So shoot up, which if I'm dashing, that's 6 seconds, so 30 seconds. So I would like to take 10 seconds. Wait, I have 30, so 20 seconds. Take 20 seconds and just pick whatever direction the temple is and the direction of the road that I think they would have come in on, just like away from the city, and just I'm just gonna go straight that direction, 20 seconds, just scanning, and then after 20 seconds I'll land.
Alright, we'll go ahead and we'll come back to that here in just a minute. You're heading back to the temple with the boy?
When I see him coming back the direction I'm following, then I'm just gonna turn around and go back with the guy.
So you'll go ahead and you come back to the temple where Halberd is looting the bodies, and that was 19. For the stuff of the cart, you do find a pretty large number of bags of grain, various rice. There are a couple bags of root vegetables and some crates full of preserves. There are some candles and torches and basic goods that make life nicer. Not really luxury items, but sort of middling level. And then you do also find 5 bags containing 500 gold apiece. One of those is in platinum. So 2,000 gold, 100, right? No, 550.
Should be 2,000.
50 gold, or yeah. I can math, I promise. 2,000 gold, 50 platinum, 2,500 total.
That's legit.
By the time you have sort of carted all of this out, everybody else should pretty much be returning to the temple.
Is the cart?
The cart is still burning.
Okay. Can I create water?
You certainly can.
Did I have? Yes, I did. Okay. Ooh. I was like, did I have that one?
Alright, Kazator, you go down the road for your 20 seconds.
I was just reminded I have a ring of featherfall, so I'll do 30 if it makes a difference.
Not significantly. It's about the same. By the time you hit like the 25-30 seconds of flying, you see people who never even realized there was anything going on. They look up and point and sort of follow you as you go down the road, but essentially, yeah. It seems pretty unremarkable.
If I'm holding concentration on my heat metal, do I get any sense from that?
Not location-wise. You're concentrating on it, trying to maintain the spell, but you don't know where it's coming from. It doesn't act like a beacon or anything.
Make it as uncomfortable.
If it's only a 60-foot range in that time, do I feel like it's in range?
No. It would have gone out of range when they disappeared.
Once we get back to the temple, I'll just ride straight through and get off and grab Xantier and actually walk him into the temple and check on Vanera? Vanera, where are you?
She's safe.
She does not answer.
She does not.
I used create water as rainfall and to extinguish the flames.
Alright. The rest of the goods on the cart, you can take some time looking over them, unpacking them. You do find a number of other bags of trade goods, essentially gifts for the town that had been brought. And another 2,500 gold pieces.
Alright, I'll take that.
So
as Xantier had been promised for delivery of the artifact.
Holy junk! So between the two of us, we found 5,000 gold. Is that what I'm catching?
Mm-hmm.
Potentially.
So I'm still looking for Vanera.
Yep.
In those goods that in the gold that on the cart, was there any incense or stuff that hadn't been burned yet?
Make an investigation check.
I mean, it's what I need, so
Oh, totally fair, but incense in a fire cart.
that's why I said hadn't been burned yet.
I love that.
You said investigation?
Yep.
22.
You do find a small box of fairly high quality incense. It
Rock
seems
on.
designed to be gifted to the temple.
Awesome.
It is in a very nice wooden box, actually, inlaid with silver.
For mine, it's all blocks of incense. Is there a quantity that would count as, or?
Oh, we'll go over that later.
Okay.
We'll look at what you actually
All right.
need.
And then 2,500 gold. That's the one I was missing.
What happened to the others?
They have run off. You have Venera.
I do have Veneer. The boy?
The time is safe. You can return Venera to my care. We're going to put them in the temple.
Yes, we are. I'll bring Veneer out right in front of me. There, the young one. It's safe now.
She comes out. She's reaching out,
I'll
trying
put
to
my
find
hand on her
something.
shoulder and bring her in, and then we'll start walking towards.
Xantier?
Your brother's returned, Venera.
He's safe.
We need to get into the temple.
I've got the guy, and I just look at you guys. When he wakes up, where do we want him for interrogation purposes?
What time is it?
At this point, it was mid-morning when y'all were getting into the combat. It didn't take that long, and this entire thing took less than a minute start to finish.
So I've still got time.
With investigating, you've probably got an hour and a half until noon.
Cool.
Well, are we all within 30 feet of me?
You can certainly direct everyone
I'm
to
going
do so.
into the temple.
Okay.
I'm gonna drag this fool in there.
No.
Kazator, about this time you probably get back.
I'll let you know to put him in the corner right there.
Okay. Flump. And I drag the other guys in there too.
I'm gonna have Nightbane stand guard over that.
Okay.
Would I know somewhere in the temple, is there an appropriate place? Is this temple big enough that would have like a holding cell, or is this one not big enough for that?
You do know there are small rooms available for acolytes that are pretty bare. They're basically 4 stone walls and a cot.
They're lockable, or?
Lockable?
The doors.
Not typically, but I'm sure you could rig something.
Okay.
Yo, you got a smith? What's up?
Okay, yeah. So I will inform him of appropriate place to keep.
And with your permission, I'm also dragging the other bodies. I'm dragging every one of them.
Yeah. So we're gonna move everything essentially into the courtyard, and then move the living person into this designated room. And then I'm going to.
Did you already go through the bodies?
Put the kids in the inside the temple, and find somebody, of whoever I can find, grab them, and then I'm going to start looking for Sarai, and also looking for whatever paladins, guards, whoever, somebody, the security element of this temple, and tell them to stand at the gate.
As you start searching for them, you do see them having, it looks like, just armed themselves and prepared to rush and join the battle.
Of course.
Thanks, guys.
It is. Appreciate They have fled for now, but they might return. Go take your post at the gate and be ready.
A guard on the gate.
Have you seen Sarai?
She had her meeting with the mayor today. He
Okay.
called on her to advise him on some matter.
Do I know where that building is?
You've passed it probably a couple of times. You haven't been there, but it's in the nicer district close to the center of town.
Okay. I will leave the temple then and get on Gygax and take off after that.
Alright.
And if
Did
I
you put
pass,
the kids in a room, you said?
yeah, so they're inside the actual temple and under the guidance of whatever acolyte individual that I could find.
Okay, I'm gonna head there just whenever we get to that.
If I pass somebody on the way, I'm telling them where I'm going, but I'm not stopping. I'm getting on Gygax and going straight to the mayor.
Okay.
Do we want to start looking through bodies?
Yeah,
looking
well, I
for
was going to
goodies?
ask that with my investigation roll. Was that also, because I just said the stuff on the cart, so I wasn't thinking bodies. So
We'll say Doran can assist you as he's moving the bodies to be investigating through them, so he would go ahead and also roll a check.
Any weapons, put them aside. I'll put them back.
Yes. picking all the weapons up.
Weapons and armor.
Strip them down. I'll put it in the bag. We can sell it later.
We've got some. You shouldn't have ridden off so fast.
Priorities.
On priority.
Yeah. So I rolled. Was that me to helping him, or was
No,
that
this
me
is
just
you
doing-
investigating.
Oh, I got a 15 total.
Okay, good deal. You strip the weapons and armor off the bodies. So off of the archer, you pull this over. You find a short bow, a hand crossbow, 3 throwing daggers, a rapier, and his armor is chain armor.
How about any arrows?
Oh, he has a quiver with. There are 16 arrows in here now, and another quiver on his hip with 20 bolts.
Short bow, crossbow.
One short bow, one hand crossbow.
Rapier. What else?
3 throwing daggers, or 3 daggers, 4 throwing.
Are y'all actually stripping the bodies?
Oh yeah, I'm taking
Okay.
everything.
No, good.
They don't get to keep anything.
No, good. I was just didn't know if you were just taking inventory, if you were
chain
actually stripping.
Chain armor. That's what it was.
So chainmail.
Chainmail, yes.
Okay.
You do also find the symbol of the Brotherhood. You find is silver on a silver chain. You find a tinderbox and a backpack containing a mess kit, enough rations for 2 days, and a set of pythons.
Nice. So that was the archer.
That's the archer.
We stripped down. Who do we have prisoner? One of the armored guys, right?
You have one of the fighters.
The blue dragonborn.
We should probably strip
the
him.
lightning guy.
We should strip him too.
I'll get him.
Oh yeah, I would have taken his stuff off long before we.
On
locked
him,
up.
you find in a pouch on his waist 2 hand axes. You find
In a pouch on his waist.
like hooked against his belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
One on each
really?
side.
I'm just gonna turn that upside down.
No. Hooked into like a what's the word I'm looking for? You know what I mean though.
Like a
Yeah,
frog.
little
Yeah.
holster frog, yeah.
Thank you, holster. That's what I was looking for and couldn't find. You do find another backpack on him, a small pack containing a set of cheap traveler's clothes, rations for 4 days, and a 50-foot length of rope. You do find another symbol of the Brotherhood. This one is brass. On a brassy
And now these
chain.
guys are carrying money.
These guys are not carrying any money.
Do I recall?
Did the fighter guy have?
I'm pretty sure we found all our money.
Yes, he also has chainmail.
Okay.
What was the weapon he had?
He had
The
2
hand
hand
axes.
axes.
Yes, he also had a long sword and 2 short swords.
That was the one.
Slashy
That was the
slash.
one we have captured,
Skewer.
right?
Yes. You strip him pretty much down to his underclothes.
Absolutely.
Do I recall what color pendant of the Brotherhood Reuben was using?
Dookie color. 'Cause
From what you saw, it seemed silvery, but not necessarily silver itself. It was a very light colored metal.
Still the red badge.
yes, the charred remains of the red dragonborn fighter. What's up with that guy?
Oh, there's not a whole lot you can actually pull off of him.
Okay.
He has
Just
a
the
backpack
non-flammable
with
bits.
rations and stuff in it and clothes. He'd had some hunting gear in there, but that is burned to crap. There's another
To the
long
trash it
sword
goes.
and short sword on him, and he also has 2 daggers. You do find a shield strapped to his back.
Hey, alright.
A simple iron shield.
Sylvix, do you have...
I'm not there.
Oh, you're not?
I am on Gygax, headed to the mayor's house to find Sarai.
Oh, okay.
He abandoned us.
Fair enough.
That's okay.
If you boys don't mind, I'll move the bodies to a more less public area.
Throw him off a cliff.
Not far off, but I have a feeling I might be able to do something with these.
Where are you thinking to take them?
Just remembering the map, probably off to one of the side, in between the buildings, just to where they're not, where all the kids can see. And whichever one's not the barbecue one.
Take him out. Outside the temple.
Put him on the bottom.
No, not yet. I'm gonna stay inside the walls, but just over in a corner. And
you do know from your time spent here in the temple, one of those front buildings was an infirmary. There's a hall of healing that they use as a service to the community, so people would come in the gate, and that's right there.
actually, yeah, we'll take them in there then, and see if we can commandeer 2 cots if there's anybody in there. If there's not, then I'm just gonna commandeer 2 cots.
They cleared out. It looks like there's still some tools and some things that were left out. But there's a side door that leads farther into the temple, and it's open, and it looks like people have left that way.
All right, then, Dorn, I'm assuming you're helping.
Yeah, I think I'm still not. Well, I don't know if I'm giant anymore, but I'm helping regardless.
At this point, you are not giant anymore.
Well, I'm
Okay.
still.
So we'll just, you strong boy.
Yeah.
I'm not strong boy.
Hey.
So between the 2 of us,
Between the 2 of y'all, you managed to get it done.
get both of the bodies into the thing.
Not
Yep.
hard.
Not hard.
And I'm gonna just kind of stand in the door waiting for Celiax to get back.
And we will deal with that now. Celiax.
Yes.
You thunder up to the
Thunder's my thing.
to the mayor's residence.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
So what is it? Just like a house, or?
It is a very nice house. You gather there are offices and workplaces down probably on the ground floor, and the mayor himself lives upstairs.
Okay. So I will dismount and begin heading up through the door. Do we see anybody?
There are a couple of guards in livery. They don't seem to be highly skilled. They take one look at you and your demeanor as you're approaching very insistently, and sort of.
Fresh from a fight.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I am looking for Sarai from the temple. Where is she?
She's speaking with the mayor.
Wonderful. I need to be in there.
I'm sorry, you can't. They
That's not
left
an option.
instructions
Where
not
are
to
they?
be disturbed.
I'm going in.
But you can't. There's a dome, and you head on in.
I'm going in.
They don't try to stop you.
Looking around.
Don't blame
where?
them.
Hallways, anything?
There's a foyer that opens up and a hallway that goes down. There is a couple of open doors, 2 smaller rooms on either side closer in, and there is a much nicer area with a little sitting area outside it. The door is closed farther back on the left.
Go into that door first.
All right, you go to
You
that door.
bust it down.
Does it open?
Make a strength check.
Oh yes.
First, I'm just trying to open it normally first. 18.
Not immediately, but you can put some weight into it.
Sure.
It'll pop open.
I'll do that.
All right, it pops open. You do see Sarai in there speaking with a older human man. Dark hair pulled back into a low ponytail, very nice robes, like upper class here. He has a big chain of office he wears proudly.
Forgive my intrusion, but this could not wait. Sarai, the temple was attacked.
She stands up. What? Let us go.
Venera was injured. She's alright now. They took Xantier. We have recovered him. They are both in the temple. I put the guards on standby.
There.
We need to go.
Good. And she starts marching out the door. She ignores him.
Absolutely. I'll acknowledge him, and then we'll go and get back on Gygax.
All right. As you start walking out the door,
As we go back,
in her trail.
as we get past the guards, I go, "Good job," and just.
Sir, sort of start turning and talking to each other. What is going
Get on the mystical horse and take off.
GCPD don't do nothing when Batman shows up. He does what he wants.
And Sarah starts questioning you a little bit, trying to get some more information. You say Venera was injured. Does she feel alright?
She is fine now. The Brotherhood, we've been attacked. He did not like that we were there, and they began to assault us. They have fled. We killed 3. Well, we killed 2 of their members, captured a 3rd.
But
the rest have fled.
oh, but they attack. They've always been peaceful.
They were not happy with the fact that we would not let them see Xantier.
But surely this whole thing could have been avoided. We just had to talk.
They did not seem to want to talk. I attempted.
So yes. And she sort of looks up over her shoulder at you. I've seen your version of talking. Why did you not summon me? I could have dealt with this.
It all went down rather quickly. They approached, and then, after they had demanded to see Xantier, they began to attack us. Their archers loosed on Halberd, and we had nothing else to do but retaliate.
They pricked your pride, and you started a fight. So yes, I thought we were over this. And she just turns and faces forward again. Very shortly after you arrive back at the temple, she slides down and strides in. There's a crisp salute from the guards at the door.
Naturally. Then we will go inside, and I will direct her to where the children are, and then I will find my party.
Right.
So I've been in the room where the kids are, just preparing a glyph of warding, in case anybody tries to like pop in.
Right. Do you have the components for that?
Good question. Where did it go?
Incense and powdered diamond worth at least 200 gold points, which the spell consumes.
I assume I can get the diamond from good old Val?
You could have if I hadn't already used it.
Oh, is that our only one?
That's all we had left.
And you would need to powder it anyway.
I mean,
that takes jeweler's tools. Or, a strong hammer.
Shocking.
I know one of those.
Don't laugh at that pun. It was not that good.
I enjoyed it. Thank you.
When you get to a bigger city, that may be something you want to look into, is getting components for the spells you need.
I figure once we were done dragging former living people away, I posted up also by the door at least.
Okay. So who all is there around the kids?
Yeah.
Keeping watch?
I'm in the hallway.
Okay.
And I guess I'm on one side of the door. Doran's on the other.
Is Nightbane still guarding the prisoner door?
He is.
And I'm in the mid ward, or standing in the door of the mid ward, kind of leaning up, waiting.
Next to the dead guys?
Exactly next to the dead guys.
All right. Well,
That's
you're in there with the kids? Quesator?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, after having Sarai go in, I will begin. So, what's going on here? How have we fared since the end of the fight?
I'd say we fared fairly well.
Alright, where is... Quesator, you would want to come out here? I think we need to discuss some things.
Step out.
Where's Val?
Some bodies.
We'd moved the former living people to the ward, and he's currently washing them right now.
Good. Alright, well, so we have things to take care of, and I'm sure we will discuss this later.
I'm sure we will.
Stay with the kids.
I will stay here.
We should go find Val. Take off to Val.
Right, you head on down to the infirmary. She stays in there.
When you get within eyesight of me, I'm just gonna motion inside.
Yeah.
And turn and walk into the building.
Well, that was interesting, but I know we have dead and alive that we can deal with here. I'm assuming we're here because either one or both of those are in here.
They're both in here, one in better shape than the other. Dawn, I assume that's your handiwork.
Sorry.
Oh, don't apologize.
Where is the prisoner? You put him in the room?
Aye.
Alright, wonderful. We'll deal with that now.
Do we leave anybody inside with the prisoner?
I imagine I would have told part of the guard detail.
Nightbane's guarding the door, but if you'd have told somebody else and assigned a guard
probably
to that also.
because, prisoner.
I want to say he did say that, but
are they in the room?
I thought the prisoner was outside in the courtyard still.
No, we moved the prisoner into
the body's got
a hallway.
Yeah,
is there is there windows in the room? Is it just a concrete room?
It's just a stone room.
Okay. No, I don't think we.
The only
He's very tied up.
very tied up, but he also has friends.
That wasn't
My
true.
my worry being that they can make their way through magical means to him and disappear therein. So yes, my advice would be
That is good. I will
put someone
go.
inside.
I will go see to that, and I'll go put a couple guys inside with him. And we're also going to ensure that he's gagged as well as tied for vocal components of casting.
Okay. So he is very thoroughly tied. He is gagged and still unconscious. You assign a guard to watch his still form as he sleeps.
We're gonna hood him too, just for protection.
All right.
Hood, gag, bound, 2 guards inside.
Is there any type of tattoo or mark
Arrows
or
aimed
something
at his
like that
face.
on him that would identify him to anyone or anything specifically outside of that Brotherhood?
There. I mean, you'll have stripped him down pretty
He's
much
in
to
his
his
fantasy
skivvies.
underwear. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Unity.
There is
I mean, I don't know Dragonborn biology. I don't know.
I've got a +1 dagger.
There is
That'll come when we interrogate.
There's a brand on the back of his left shoulder blade. It's not as clear as it would have once been. A scar runs through it and sort of distorts it, but you do see the general shape of a 5-pointed star.
Oh boy.
I wonder if they collect it on a favor. Because of course all the gifts are free until they demand payment.
Alright. Well, reconvene with the rest inside the infirmary. Have we learned anything off of their stripped bodies?
I was waiting. To be perfectly honest, I was waiting for everyone to return before I began my work.
I hand
This
over
is
the
your
symbols
temple.
that I found.
Okay.
They have these on them.
Interesting.
Are they? They seem to be different colors. I wonder if that signifies a rank within the system.
Rank or position, quite possibly.
The brass one was on the blue boy. The silver one was on the archer.
Did anyone notice the color of Reuben's?
I don't feel like I would have noticed that.
I don't really
Actually,
think I
you
got
might
the chance
have.
to see it.
Did I?
I mean, I was right there.
You were right up
I
there with them.
was.
Yes.
And this might have caught your eye in particular.
Okay.
What's your passive perception?
12.
12? Yeah, we'll say with you being right up there with him, and it being right in your face, big and bright as it was, it looked very much platinum.
Interesting. Okay.
So with that, I think we can safely assume that there are ranks among them.
Colors wearing.
I'll go ahead and start looking over the bodies, see if there are any. I mean, the charred one, I'm assuming is whatever color it was. It's a black dragonborn now.
Pretty much. It would have been red at one point, so a little bit of the red does still show through.
That's right, because he was fire resistant,
Yeah.
but
So-
not resistant enough.
All of the colors that we saw and interacted with that we're aware of are chromatic,
From what you saw.
wearing metallic
I think we could keep that, but a lot of us
pendants.
wouldn't sell.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and investigate the uncharred body first.
Okay. It's already been pretty well stripped down. There's not a whole lot of investigating to do. What are you looking for in particular?
Particular marks. Did y'all inform me of the brand or no?
I didn't see the brand.
Who saw it? He was looking at it.
Well, you also helped strip him down,
Oh,
so
that's
you would
right.
have seen it too.
Yeah, I probably would have told
Okay.
you. I don't have a
So
reason to
basically
hide it.
looking to see if he's got one as well.
I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. He
Okay.
does.
All right. Same location.
No. This guy has it along the inside of his right forearm.
This one, was he, I'm trying to remember, he was the armored or was he one of the archers?
He was the archer.
Okay.
There's a few things that he had that I didn't write down.
So I'll point out the brand. Solix, I I don't know how to ask this, but I'll just go out and say it. I'd like to, with your permission, interrogate this body if that would not be too sacrilegious.
Given, because I'm not sure. That's not like that's. I would know what he's trying to do.
And in times of war, to gather
I wouldn't really have an issue
information,
with that. Yeah.
It's entirely reasonable.
Information is needed. I see nothing wrong here.
Being that he is a dragonborn and I've not heard him speak, I may need your assistance translating.
I can do that.
Just in case he only speaks Draconic. Because I do not. And I will go ahead and cast Speak with Dead.
Right.
Which is why I really needed that incense. Because that is... Now, I've got the holy symbol, but...
This incense is not consumed by the spell.
Okay, well, it said burning incense, so I assumed that was...
It doesn't have a gold point value.
Okay, fair enough.
Go ahead,
Okay, alright. And...
Anyone have Zone of Truth?
So, I'm not going to be in on this.
Okay.
I
What are
do
you
have-
doing instead?
I'm going into the room where the other Dragonborn is.
Yo.
Okay, the
And
living one?
I'm
Ditto.
not lights out. I'm just kind of sitting in the shadows and pull out my dagger.
Okay.
And kind of etch a little rune into his back.
All right.
Over the star.
Good to know. We will jump on that here in a little bit. Are the rest of y'all sticking around to watch?
Oh, I'm going with him.
Okay.
Nobody wants to be around the creepy death guy. I appreciate that.
No, but that's not it. It's we got to deal with that guy, and he's gonna go deal with him. Oh, intimidation checks are fun.
By the way, Doran has handed me all the stuff he found, and I just put it in the bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna
We'll,
pass
we'll,
off.
we'll
look over
sell
that.
slash keep what we need
2500
later.
Did you edge your 2500 with mine?
No, I've
After-
got my 2500.
Oh, well, all right then.
Yeah.
Cool
I will
guy.
I'll let you know I have it when we get to that point, but right
Fair.
now,
I know.
Right
I'm
now,
just being
there's
a bud.
something else
Yeah.
occupying your mind.
Yeah.
that's I think it's gonna be.
Just being sassy.
Just out of curiosity, would I know if I could combine Zone of Truth and Speak with Dead?
I'm looking that up right now.
Okay, fair.
Speak with Zone of Truth.
That's yeah.
Speak with truth
Hmm.
in the dead zone. That's what it is.
Oh, this is fascinating.
The dragon's horde.
I feel like some of it though.
Some of it we need to convert.
I can. I was gonna say I can argue either way, but
I mean, it's good.
my original would be.
But like no.
So one more time.
My original thought was no, because it's only a semblance
That's
of life
exactly
and
what I was
intelligence.
thinking. It's not actually pulling the soul back. It's not.
So I mean, if you said yes, it would be an auto fail on the save. But
Right.
I'm good with either way. I just would Val know it?
Val has spent enough time with Tarek and Laren and has been well trained enough. I think he'd know how this sort of thing works.
Fair enough. All right, I am going to walk over to the body that's still not dead, or
Alright.
I mean that's dead but not charred. And I'll hold my holy symbol over him, and this is gonna suck. Who all's in there with me?
Me and you and Casator?
Okay,
Yeah.
Casator's already seen this. Don't feel bad as bad. Soyix, do your best not to punch me, and I'll let my eyes glow,
Okay.
do their thing, and yeah,
What you need?
just say, I beseech the Lady of Death to allow this soul to share its knowledge, and cast Speak with Dead.
Right. As you hover your hand over it, there's almost an absence of light. Everything becomes still in the room. It's quiet. And then you see almost like a mist or a vapor fall over the corpse. Air fills its lungs.
Did the boy have a deal with Reuven?
Deal struck.
I'm assuming that was in common?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Where were they taking him?
That was a good thought. Where were you planning on taking the boy? We can assume that is the base that we pass.
Compound.
Yeah.
It's a valid question.
What is Reuven?
General.
That's 3.
That's 3.
Who's in charge of that? Who's in charge of home?
Crenshaw, we know that.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I was gonna say we knew that one.
We know a name.
What is Crenshaw might be interesting.
Okay, there you go.
Fair enough.
There you go.
What is Crenshaw?
Leader.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Mm.
It was kind of ambiguous. That's our fault. How many members are in the Brotherhood?
We are many.
And the air sort of releases with that. The fog lifts from the body and dissipates.
Alright. I'm gonna go walk over to the charred body. Use my last spell slot of this type, of this level, and try this one more time. I'll recast Speak with Dead. How many compounds do you have on this continent?
I have to check something real quick.
That's fair. You don't know it all? What kind of DM are you?
Ha! Alright, what was the question? How many compounds?
How many compounds are there on the continent?
Thousands.
Oh, that's not good.
Or none.
Right. What is the purpose of the Brotherhood?
Freedom.
Freedom from who? Or what?
Bondage.
I mean, that's fair.
Bondage too.
Will Reuven try for the boy again?
Who knows what the general will do?
Oh, he's sassy, y'all.
You have one question left?
2.
No, just one.
Oh, just one?
That was 4.
How many?
You have 1 left.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry. Dang it. Where is the nearest compound?
Mm-hmm. How creative would it be? That's the question. Because it's only a semblance of life, but it definitely recognizes you as an enemy. So it's not necessarily going to be truthful.
How much are you inside in this thing?
It's a semblance of life wooden.
Yeah, it's not. And Val is very familiar with the limits of the spell.
Yeah.
So these are brief, cryptic, or repetitive. So I would say. Did not expect this question to be this hard.
Suspense, y'all. Right?
Where's the nearest compound?
I can change the question if it's struggling.
No, it's fine. Did not actually have to. Never mind. I'll tell you later. Closer than you would like to believe. And it exhales, and the fog lifts.
And I'll spend a moment trying to get my emotions back under control.
All right. As you take the time, the glow starts to fade from your eyes, slowly. But eventually you succeed. The adrenaline fades.
So, is there a spot we can burn the bodies?
I would imagine so. Yes, it's right over here.
And he takes you out to a small area in the back.
Dispose of the bodies.
Yeah. Go perform the funeral rites.
There is a furnace, like a crematorium, that is used for those who cannot afford a nicer burial, a plot of land and everything that goes with that.
We'll cremate the bodies, and as they're basically burning to ash, I'll go through Sanning's death rites, and once they're ash, I'll give the ashes, put the ashes in an urn, give them to Solyax, and these are your race, enemies though they may be. They're yours to do with as you wish.
I have no need of them. You may dispose of them whatever way you see fit.
I'll take them to the nearest, I guess what would look like a cemetery or something, and bury the urns, and just leave an unmarked, or basically a marker with no name.
Okay. That'll take you mostly afternoon to accomplish. Halberd, you and Doran headed up to keep an eye on the prisoner. While he was unconscious, you started making your mark. And right as you were finishing that, you felt him start to stir beneath your hands. We will go ahead and pick that up at the beginning of our next session.
Oh my gosh.
Intimidation, interrogation.
Ooh, guys, that was good.
Okay then.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
So
So
many
the Brotherhood
conversations.
is clearly evil or something.
So many conversations I have to have with people.
Oh my goodness. Holy
Alright.
shoot! I had one question. I was like, I thought of like after I asked it, and I was sitting there going, "Please don't be able to answer this question, so I can ask a different one." Oh man,
Oh, fun times.
that was good.
It's
I need a short rest.
yeah.
Need a long rest.
Yeah, but
Speak with Dead is interesting. I
I
like
get some
that
stuff
one.
back on short rest though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You get
I
your
don't.
breath weapon back on short rest, right?
I get my breath weapon, my boar skin, and my warding flares back.
Oh,
Most
nice.
of the things that I use for this fight are short rests.
I still have one
Good
more
deal, good
giant
deal.
smite too.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, guys, on that note, thank y'all for joining us on our adventure. I know there were a couple of y'all who were participating in chat.
Yes, thank you, Big Sis and Scarcrows.
Scarcrows.
That was a new one I hadn't seen before.
That's
So,
a cool name.
thank you. Tell your friends. Love having you guys.
Yeah, thanks for jumping in there. We definitely appreciate having y'all.
Oh yeah.
And thank you guys. That was an awesome session.
That was fun. Thank you so much.
I feel like I'm in
You're
trouble
welcome.
next
With all
week.
We did.
right. It's about time somebody else got their butt chewed on this thing.
I mean,
Oh,
we'll
like
find
that.
out. We'll get into that.
It'll
next
be
week.
quite interesting.
oh man.
Quite interesting indeed.
So until then, y'all have an excellent week. Be kind to each other and take care. Bye.
Bye. Ooh, wow. That was